broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen,
well, good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the live stream broadcast for the Fresno City Rams at Ratcliffe Stadium. We have a challenging clash on our hands as the Sacramento City College Panthers. Neither team has won a conference game, and this should be a good matchup. Well, hello, folks. My name is Ben Hensley, and alongside me for today's broadcast is Gino Morrow. We are excited to be here with our partners from CMAC, the Community Media Access Collaborative. We are happy to be broadcasting this game for you, as the production crew is made up of Fresno City students who are running cameras, audio board, instant replay, and live streaming. This is the inaugural season for this partnership, and we are excited to provide this type of training and opportunity for our FCC students. How are you doing this afternoon, Gino?
I'm great, man. I'm ready for some football, to be honest with you.
Oh, me too.
Both these teams are ready to get at it. I know they've had a hard week of practice, both coming off of tough losses, so to speak. And it's going to be an interesting game today for sure.
Definitely. Both teams come in so far. Neither team has won a conference matchup. This should be a good matchup with the Sacramento City College Panthers losing their matchup last week to the... I believe it was down south. It was Sequoia, COS, losing to the Giants. And last week, of course, tough loss for the Fresno City Rams, dropping their first conference game 0-1, 20-7 against Modesto. So, as your home team, Fresno City Rams, again, they stand at 2-4. They're hungry for a statement
Sacramento
across the field. Sac City. Overall 3-3 this year. Again, both teams 0-1 in conference, but 2-4 for the Rams coming in, 3-3 for Sacramento City. Sacramento City College and FCC. This football rivalry began back in 1958 at Sanger High in the inaugural Sequoia Bowl. Well, the Rams won that one 27-19, as we hope to see another Rams win this afternoon. We'll bring you a little bit more about the history between these two teams later on, as the coin toss has just taken place.
Captain for the Panthers, number 0.
The captain's leaving the field.
Side note, Ben, I really enjoy the fact that the history of community college athletics and football in general, like that inaugural game in Sanger, like how cool is that?
And it's something that as a sports fan, realizing that these teams are playing just right in our own backyards, and the history of our own backyards that you may or may not be aware of. It's just so enthralling, just so interesting.
There's a lot of history in this one.
Absolutely is. Plenty of history in the Valley, and a lot of history, and you're seeing a historic coach made an announcement this past week, about 2 weeks ago, actually. Tony Caviglia, after 26 years at Fresno City, looking to retire at the end of the season. But we are hoping to see the Rams send these Sac City Panthers back home feeling a little retired on their own. What do you say?
Yeah, a long bus ride would be just the right thing right now. Be nice to see at least.
So Rams deep to receive to start the game off. As number 49, Noah Jang, to kick it deep for the Panthers. As he boots it, and it's a short kick. Bounces about the 30-yard line, fielded by 34, I believe. I saw the number there. You have to get name on the player in just a minute as he drops at the 29-yard line. And that will be a 1st and 10. A little bit of plus position there, so I'm not quite sure what they were thinking with that kickoff. Kickoff going through the back of the end zone brings you out to the 25. Almost a kind of a squib kick up there to start this game off. What do you say, Gino?
Yeah, it could be jitters, could be a long ride here. It could be didn't necessarily get enough time to warm up. A lot of factors could be played into that. What I really enjoy, though, today, Ben, is we're at the midway point of the season where you're going to see a lot of these teams start emptying the bag out, so to speak. A lot of plays that they haven't used this season. This is kind of the time where they can feel them out before the end of the year to where they can kind of get their justification on what they got going.
Definitely. Yajay Vance in the backfield, 3 receivers, and look like 2 backs in the backfield, as this one is going to be a handoff up the middle, pickup of about 3 on the first down run. It's going to be a 2nd and 7 after, again, the carry on first down. We'll get a number on that runner in just a moment here. Still getting assembled on the field as once again out of the shotgun. Yajay Vance this time 1 tight end set, 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Snapped. It's going to be a quick pass up to the right side. Actually a pretty decent throw, but number 84 on the attempt at Jacob English not able to come back to that. Looked like he was running a little bit of a curl route there to try to get a first down. Deeper looking curl route than I'd expect, but 3rd and 7 now.
And great job by the receivers figuring out the open spot on that defense. No safety came over to come up, so basically Vance knew that he had an open receiver on the right side. Great job on his part, just throw wasn't there.
Yep, just missed the throw, and overall better than the alternative in a turnover, as this one's going to be snapped and a pass play on 3rd down, caught over the middle, in and out of the hands of 84 again, and so Jacob English now 0 for 2 on targets, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So 3 and out go the Rams on their first attempted drive. And so a couple open looks there on that first drive, just maybe a little bit of butterfingers in this first drive.
Yeah, we're not gonna go ahead and stop throwing to English. He's got great hands. He's got a good view of the field. Coach knows what he can do, and so does Javan. We're not gonna worry about the first drive here. It's happened.
Getting into a rhythm.
That's right.
Yep. And so after a 3 and out, the punting team comes onto the field, and the kick is a pretty decent punt. Gets down to the 30, bounces at the 30, down to the 24-yard line, and great kick coverage for the Rams as they bring down the return man, number 7, Mason McFarland, brought down behind where he caught that ball, and the Panthers will take over in about the same position as the Rams took over in their first drive.
Great tackle by Johnson, number 20 there, to be able to wrap up. And that's one of the hardest things to do, especially on special teams. You don't really have it's hard to square up on a guy like that. And to be able to make that tackle, that was a brilliant tackle.
And being able to read whether or not he's called for a fair catch, and at the last minute pulling off, so it takes some guts to get in there, and he did just that. So now we see Vince Arcuri come out for the Panthers. He comes out in the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 3 overall. He's rolling out to his right, throws it away as he was looking downfield, couldn't get anyone open. Good pass defense by Fresno City on that first play.
It looks like Sac's trying to do the RPO on us already, and they're using similar formations that we use too. So we'll see the shotgun, we'll see the pistol.
Hey, you mentioned them coming out of different looks, Sacramento City, as we got 2nd and 10 here. Speaking of different looks, it looks like they're in the same formation as they just were. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, a tight end. Ball's going to be a handoff. No, it's going to be pass play. Good play action pass. Fooled me on that one, and he picks up about 8 or 9 yards. It'll be a 3rd and short from the Panthers' 34-yard line.
Tough to see on that play, too, who the outside corner was on. Very well-designed play. Good job by the offensive line to give quarterback enough time to figure out what to do with it. And here we are, 3rd and 1.
And on the flip side, good job on the defense, playing a little bit of zone coverage on the outside, I think, coming up and making that tackle before he got to the sticks, as they look to bring a little bit of pressure now on defense on the line. And it's going to be a handoff, and he's stuffed at the line. We'll see if he gets the first down. I don't think he did, as he was hit hard as he got right past the line of scrimmage, and it is going to be a very close play. They might have to bring the chains out to measure this one. And it is a first down. The officials now signaling first down. That was a pickup of maybe a yard.
It was a very generous spot by the linesman.
I agree with that. That was a very good play on defense, stuffing him at the line. But the chains do move as we'll give them a 1-yard pickup and a first down.
City's only sending 3 guys right now, so I'm sure down the road, once they figure out how the O-line's operating, they'll bring in more blitz packages, so to speak.
And a good hit as the pass came out to the left side. Again, quarterback Arcuri rolling out to his left.
Jacob Niemeyer
with a tackle.
On the tackle, yep.
Very nice tackle.
So we're talking, before the game, talked yesterday with Coach Tony about the defense, shoring up the run defense, but so far this pass defense has looked stout, and the run defense looked pretty good on that one run play that we've had so far. As we come out now in a pistol set, it's going to be a handoff to number 2, Jackson Talent Burleson. Picks up about 3 yards, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 2. Now from the Panthers' 43-yard line.
Gritty run by the running back. Not much room to run between the sticks there. Too many Rams plugging holes, and he was able to barrel down and get a couple yards out of that. So
really very reminiscent of that first run play. It's that stuffing the middle of the field. If they're going to run it somewhere, I think that middle may not be working for them today, as the Rams have it plugged up as they come out in the shotgun, man in motion, and it's instead going to be a handoff, and he will pick up the first down. Again, that's Talon Burleson, the sophomore out of Christian Brothers High School. It's the first down, moves the chains. So steady drive so far for the Panthers.
Yeah, so far 2 first downs, moving the ball. Getting into that short yardage on 3rd down really helps, you know.
It definitely does, and these Rams hoping to stop them. They've been stopping them periodically throughout these first 2 first downs. Just got to set up all 3 of them. Force a 3rd down, force a 4th down. There's a first down attempted pass to the running back, Talon Burleson, incomplete.
I'm not sure. I think that ball got tipped by 88. I'm not sure, though. It looked like 88 got a piece of that. Elijah Williams looked like his hand might have tipped that ball.
Well, something definitely threw it off kilter, because I looked up and saw Talon Burleson looking around behind him as if, where did that ball go? I don't think it ended up where he thought it should, as it's a 2nd and 10, and the Rams thought that's about where that ball should end up. Pass fell incomplete for 2nd and 10. Same set they're coming out of here. Shotgun with 2 receivers right, and that one's a screen off to the right side, and he's going to get almost a first down. Picks up actually about 6 yards on that. He had a little bit less of a head of steam than I first thought, and it's going to be 3rd and 4, it looks like.
Good jobs credit where credit's due. Good job on the receiving side of that, keeping their blocks and putting that, basically setting that up.
We'll talk a little about the importance also of, the Rams forcing that first down incompletion. If that first down incompletion had been complete, well, this is the first down you're looking at. Instead, it's 3rd and 4.
Right, which is their longest 3rd down now.
It is. 3rd and 4, a little tighter shotgun set this time. Still 2 receivers right, as this one's a pass wide open man, number 13 on the left side. That's Kendall Hearn, and he runs it all the way down to the 25-yard line. And the Panthers are knocking on the red zone door of the Rams as they're at the 25.
Not sure whose assignment was missed there, either the Joker or the Mike on that one, but on the stunt, though, everything looked good. Almost looked like we were going to grab the quarterback.
Somebody ran away from where that ball was being placed.
Yeah, here we are at 1st and 10 again.
As 1st and 10, they've come out in the shotgun set all of their plays so far, but a little bit different look this time, as they've got a 4-receiver set now, and now they're moving things around at the line of scrimmage. 12 seconds on the clock. Moving a man back into the tight end zone. That's the player who just made that catch, I believe. Oh, it's number 15. Latula Leka on his way, and instead now it's going to be a handoff, and 2 men get him, but who brought him down by the ankles, I believe, out there, number 0, Brandon Holmes on the tackle of number 27, Jack Carner. Carner brought down only a pickup of about 2.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to defensive tackling. You got to wrap up. That's one of the keys to keys to any game winning the game is wrapping up. I mean, you're a defensive player, you've got to wrap up.
And you have to wrap up, but, the important thing about that play is if you don't wrap up, you want to have a guy right behind you ready to fall in line and pick up the slack that you let out. And that's exactly what happened there is, he shook one tackle, but then Holmes right there to bring him down, as this is going to be a snap and a run off to the outside, and this time it's a good run. And number 2, as he dives across the goal line. We'll see if they rule that a touchdown. They do, as Talent Burleson just able to squeak in at the goal line. And a 6-0 score now. The Panthers find pay dirt on their first drive.
A lot of runs to the right side. I'm guessing that's probably their strong side.
There is a flag now I'm seeing.
I was going to say, yeah.
I think that might be where that strong side came from on that play.
Literally. As,
you know, the yellow bottoms that these Panthers are wearing. I lost the flag in that whole play. But I'm glad the officials didn't lose the flag.
It definitely looked a little too easy, Ben.
It definitely did. I was wondering how that hole got open so big on the right, and there's your answer. It's going to be a 2nd and 18 now as the Panthers march backwards. As we see if the Rams can catch the cat by the tail here.
So now we're looking at 4 defensive linemen, 3 on the line.
Motion as they play out of the shotgun, and a good play in the backfield. The pass out to number 27, quick pass to Jack Carner, and he is brought down after a loss of about 2, and that's going to put them back at a 3rd and 20.
Come on, Rams.
3rd and 20 from the Rams 36-yard line. And, you know, really at this point in the game, you're possibly thinking this may be 4-down territory. So if you're Fresno City, you're wanting to push them back as far as possible on this play.
Right. You don't want to get burned on the inside pass like last time either. You definitely want to keep an eye on that. With a 3-receiver set on the left side, you definitely want to be watching the middle of the field.
5 wide set now, so I think we know what's in mind for these Panthers. As now we'll see Ram almost jumped off sides there. And it's going to be, instead of a pass play, he's going to tuck it and run. And there goes Arcuri. He picks up about 10, maybe making the job a little bit easier for his kicker. We'll see who they trot out there. There's 2 kickers on the roster for this Panthers team. Arjan Banwit or Noah Jang. I believe it was Jang who kicked off to start this game. We'll see who attempts the field goal or if they attempt a field goal. We'll see if the unit's coming out.
Doesn't look like a kicking unit at all.
As I don't think they are going to go with the kick. It's a 4th and long 10. Is that down marker just behind the line of scrimmage, and they are going for it now.
Or trying to drive them offside.
4 receivers set, 1 in the backfield. As Arcuri identifies defender on the left side. Ball snapped. 26-yard line, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield, and that's a turnover on down. So the Fresno City Rams force a 4th down conversion attempt, and they cannot get through that. The Panthers turn the ball over on downs, and the Rams will take over at their own 27-yard line. And how's that for defense, Gino?
I love it. Defensive line stood up the O-line, took a look at the quarterback, saw that he was doing his check downs, able to get at him, put hands on him, and everybody got involved on it. It was a really good defensive
And that's
play.
something really to build off if you're a defense, you know, after giving up a few first downs, coming in and stuffing them, and after watching them run towards the end zone and thinking, hey, we just let up a touchdown. Nope, you forced them off the field. 4th down. As the Rams come back out onto the field. And in motion, 2 tight ends. They play out of the shotgun, 2 receiver set. It's going to be a handoff. No, it's a pass play over the middle. And there's a 1st down pass complete over the middle. And a 1st completion now for Yajay Vance. And that's a 1st down for Fresno City, the first City 1st down of this ball game.
Noe Felix on the catch too. Great receiver this season. Always involved. Gotta like the gameplay this kid brings to the field.
Sophomore out of Central High as he lines up on the outside out of the shotgun once more. It's going to be a handoff to the right side. Picks up about a yard or 2. So we'll get a number on who that was, and he stayed on his feet. I thought he had gone down on the play. Turned out that was a Panther who went down. They blew that play dead, though, after he picks up about 2. And a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it's Jordan Colbert, number 4 on the carry. We're going to see a lot of it. We're going to see a lot of Colbert today. He's a tough kid. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He likes to keep north-south running. He doesn't do a lot of east-west stuff because he's a big guy. You know, he likes to bring it. So
definitely. As they come out once again in the shotgun, and talked a bit about Coach about the versatility of the shotgun set, as this is another handoff. And Gino, when you're right, you're right. He picks up about a yard maybe on that play. It's going to be a 3rd and about 7.
And everything collapsed around him on that play. So he just, again, with north-south kind of running back, you know. digs into the helmet, makes his shoulders a little smaller in the pads, and takes the hit and keeps on driving. He's got good legs, good driving running back.
At 6'2", 215, making yourself look a little smaller through that line. You've got some talent there.
It's tough, yeah, for sure.
Third down, and it's going to be a pass play as the pass goes off to the right side, and it's going to be a first down and then some as Vance's pass complete to Felix for another first down, and the Rams are in motion onto the Panthers side of the field at the Sacramento City 39-yard line, and a first down for Fresno City.
Great pass that time by Vance, too. Reading the defense, saw Noe open again. Noe likes to find himself in the open spots, and he's really good at that, so I'm sure we'll see a few more of those today.
Yeah, first down, and it's going to be another pass play. This one's tipped at the line, and lucky nothing happened out of that one, as that one landed right in between three Panthers defenders. That was attempted for Marquise Cropper, number 5.
Ooh, and if that pass was on, Cropper could have a lot of room to
Cropper
run.
would have had a red zone, if not a touchdown for the red team.
Yeah, he had a lot of room to run if he had got
a whole lot of real estate. But instead it is 2nd and 10.
Ball at the 39-yard line for the Rams in Panthers territory.
Now showing a 2-back set with 2 receivers, and we'll see what the call is here, as if we may see a false start. But
it could be on the defense, though. I mean, I don't know if he got back in time, and plus he did touch.
His number 79, Orlando Martinez, did jump, and he did touch the O-lineman.
He did touch the O-lineman, so that could move.
Didn't see any fingers pointing to the O-line either.
Offside.
Well,
defense.
I suppose
5-yard penalty.
Gino's 1-0, and I'm 0 for 1. So we'll have to see who's wearing the stripes at the end of this game.
Oh, we got a lot of game left, Ben.
Well, either way, I'm happy with moving the ball. It's going to be 2nd and 5 now.
For sure.
Well, that first down incompletion may as well have been a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah.
It's 2nd and 5. They come out in a shotgun. 4 receivers. It's going to be a handoff to the left side. And a big hand up the left side as Colbert on his way to the end zone almost gets there as he takes a hard lick as he gets down to the 1.
Woo.
And a big pickup on 2nd down.
Great run that time. Jordan Colbert.
A 28-yard pickup on the play, and that's a City first down, and they are knocking at the door. And after watching the Panthers try to cross the goal line and have it called back, now we hope to see the Rams punch it in and keep it there.
Colbert was the San Joaquin Memorial product brought to the Rams.
Well, he runs off to that left side. We might see him run all the way back to his alma mater, as this one's going to be a snap on the option, and nothing doing.
Probably lost a couple of yards on that.
Loses about 3 or 4. It looked like they ran that out of a wishbone.
Almost a wing.
That was a direct snap to Marquez. That was David Marquez out there.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen too much of Marquez so far this year, but talking to Coach Tony yesterday, he mentioned that we will see a little bit of him today, and so we have so far seen a little bit of him, as it's going to be 2nd and 4 away from goal, as this is going to be up the middle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Jordan Colbert. 4-yard pickup right up the middle, and he did what the Panthers couldn't do on their first drive. He gets it in for 6, and it's a 6-0 score. Fresno City jumps out front.
It's good to see Jordan Colbert get the ball back, too. They were unsuccessful on the first down. Let's give the ball back to, he got his breath. He got to catch his breath, so let's give the ball back to him, see what he can do. Punches it in for 4 yards for number 4. Great job, Jordan.
Absolutely, and that'll bring on kicker. Peterson puts it up and puts it through, and it is 7-0 Fresno City after their second possession gets them into the end zone. And, really, Gino, what do you think about that drive overall?
I like the fact that the offensive line basically took control of the defensive line on that run. They Javance had to run a couple times to the left and to the right to find an open receiver, but he's getting comfortable and he's finding a little more time. And the running backs are finding the holes. They're hitting them hard. They're going to wear this Panther defense down. They keep doing that.
And really sticking with the pass after it kind of didn't work too well on the first drive, on that first possession. Sticking with it and really making it work overall, not forcing the issue, but making sure that you're staying with the game plan, staying on schedule. And that's really what Coach Caviglia talked about a lot yesterday is keeping within yourself, staying within your abilities.
Sure, you want to be comfortable out there, especially when somebody's chasing you. But literally, that's exactly what they want. They want to be comfortable. They want to be in control. And scoring on that drive is definitely going to help that.
And having a healthy offensive line also definitely helps with that, as well as right guard Ryan Faumina is back in after missing last game. As the Rams look to kick it deep. And that kick went a little deeper than the Panthers' first kick, as it's not terribly deep. He fields it at the 5-yard line, runs it out to the 20, cuts back to the left side, and tries to hurdle a defender and ends up crashing to the ground at about the 31-yard line. And we'll see everyone's okay as he hops off the field. That's number 82, Devin Stevens, on about a 18-yard return there. Actually, about a 16-yard return.
Yeah, Peterson had a good kick there.
26 yards. Boy,
just
I'll give him credit.
Yeah, piggybacking on that extra point too. That was Dean Scribner, and I got a feeling we're going to see Dean quite a bit today. To be honest with you,
yes.
I got a feeling because he's got a good leg, and we saw a 51-yarder in the first game. I mean, literally, it's something that we got in the back.
Good pursuit on the defense, but a completion over the right. And really there was some great pursuit in the backfield, just couldn't quite keep him locked up on the in the secondary, as the pass complete off to the right side and a first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, everything became a fire drill on that play. Everybody was running left and right, and luckily for the Panthers, they found an open receiver.
Well, lucky for the Rams, they didn't find too much more open space after he made the catch. It was a first down, but ball is at the 44-yard line. They come out in a shotgun set, one man in motion coming to the tight end slot. Two receivers left, one right, and a running back in the backfield, as the ball is going to go to the running back, and that's number 2 on the carry. He picks up about 7 or 8 and now pushes forward for another boost, and maybe about an 8-yard pickup for Talent Burleson.
Jackson Talent Burleson, number 2, the ball carrier there. Like a little bowling ball out there on that play. Kind of got punched into the line, and then he just kind of exploded out of there.
I had to check my heights a few minutes ago when you had mentioned our Rams running back Colbert, 6'2", 215, poking down beneath the line. Well, 5'7", 185 for the running back on the other side, Talent Burleson, as they almost get to him in the backfield, as Arcuri had nowhere to throw to, and that's kind of what I was talking about that last completion, is that time they're able to lock up the secondary and get the pursuit in the backfield. It brings up third down.
3rd down and 2, and Ben, like the old saying goes, man, it's not the dog. It's not the dog in the fight. It's the fight in the dog. 5'7", 5'6", it doesn't matter. If he can run the ball, he can run the ball.
Well, as we'll hope to see the Rams stop him and any Panther from getting across the first down line, as it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and short.
Absolutely.
Man in motion from the right to left. As they come out in the shotgun, ball snaps. It's going to look like they were running an RPO. Is instead he throws back to the right, and there is nobody home. So he turns left, and I don't know if maybe they got the routes crossed up there between he and his outside man, but either way, Arcuri's pass falls incomplete, and it's a 4th down. There is a flag on the play in the backfield now, as we'll see what this is. Did that come in late? I can't tell.
I think they realized there were no receivers in that area that he threw to.
I think you're right.
And they're going to probably back that ball up now, and it's going to be 4th down. They got the punt team.
Intentional grounding.
Yep.
That's
offense.
Indeed what happened. And, in that situation, I can't help but feel a little bit of sympathy for the quarterback on that side of Arcuri. He turned around, and I think he expected his man to be there. But, regardless of whether or not your man's there, if you throw it there, it is going to be viewed as intentional grounding, as you are still within the tackle boxes, and there was not a receiver, anywhere within the vicinity. But frankly, I think he might have gotten mixed up on a route.
Yeah, I think he was thinking his tight end might have been in that area. But fortunately for the Rams, he wasn't.
Either way, it's be a 4th and 12 as they look to punt it away. As the kick is up, almost blocked. As it comes off, and the 23, Andrew Chavez, on his way to the right side, picks up a good return to about the 43-yard line. And that is where the Rams will take over the 43-yard line of the Panthers as the Rams look to start their 3rd drive.
Excellent job that time on coverage, too. I mean, that was at least almost a 20-yard return. Good job on special teams. And we talk about it at the beginning of the season. We talked about middle of the season. There's 3 facets to the game. We got to play all 3 facets, and you got to do your best at all 3. And that was a really good job by the coverage team that time.
So the Rams will take over now from the 44-yard line. They bumped that ball up 1 yard. Yajay Vance back on the field in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, and it's going to be a quick blitz to the left, or blitz from the left side, but a fantastic pickup on 1st down for Dante Hendrickson. He picks up about 9 on the play, and there was some pressure coming from the right side, but boy, that time they just ran away from the pressure, and where that hole opened up, he took it.
I got a feeling that these running backs on the Rams side are taking it personally today, to be honest with you, because the way they're attacking, the way they're hitting the holes, and the way they're hitting the gaps, they're forcing themselves 2 or 3 more yards. So they might have some, there might be some type of friendly banter going on between the running backs core, Oh,
they most certainly are. And this one is going to be down the field and a first down completion and then some. As all the way out to the 29-yard line. Pass complete on 2nd and short. And, if you're going to take a shot downfield, 2nd and short is the time to do it. And the Rams make the most of it down to the 31-yard line. And a first down.
We talked about it earlier, too, Ben. Jacob English, number 84, getting in on another play. Remember the first 2 drops? We just said, hey, let's not even think about that anymore. English did the same thing. He forgot about it as well.
And so it's going to be a first down and a short pickup on
Hendrickson on the run.
First run.
Grayson Link, number 44, kind of botched everything up for the Rams there. That was a good job on him defensively.
So just over a minute left to play here. We'll have less than a minute after the ball is snapped. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 30 of the Sacramento City Panthers. So you had talked about really Fresno City getting the rushing attempts going. Well, it's looking quite a bit better than last game, the leading rusher, as this is going to be a pass off to the right side. Wide open man. He gets the catch and then some, spins around once. Boy, those dance classes picked him an extra 4 yards. Caught that ball at about the 16-yard line, dives down to about the 13, and it's another Fresno City first down. And I was just talking about how the passing game needed to get going after last week. Well, the running game needed to get going after last week. Well, the passing game has picked up right where I started talking about the running game needing to pick up.
Great fake, too, by a quarterback. And finding number 13, Noe Felix, out in the open again. That excellent read.
So Yajay Vance looking to keep things hot here as another first down, and this time it's going to be a run, and they go nowhere. In fact, they go backwards on this one. The run swallowed in the backfield. Dante Hendrickson doesn't get anything. So I had mentioned, the importance of the run. The leading rusher in the last game against Modesto, only 2 attempts, but 24 yards was the leading rushing attempt, as that is going to bring us to our end of the first quarter. End of the first quarter, Rams lead 7-0. So, Gino, really, what do you think in that first quarter of action?
A lot of physical play. Honestly, the Rams are just getting started. I literally have a feeling that they're just getting started. The pass is starting to work. Like we said, the run game's going to be there today for them, especially the way these running backs are running. They're running with authority, and they're running with conviction. And I'm sorry, but you give a man a ball that wants to get 2 or 3 yards, he's going to get 2 or 3 yards.
And we've seen that a few times already today. And you also talk about the run play opening things up in the passing play, especially there late in the quarter. Moving down the field, driving down the field on 2 big passes, getting them well within the red zone of the Panthers.
I also love the fact that this offensive line isn't backing down. They're taking everything the defensive line is giving them. There might have been a blown assignment on that last play, which is why we lost a yard or 2. But literally, the offensive line seems like they have like their emotions together. Their calls are looking really well. I mean, literally, it's very clean right now. It literally is a very clean game by this offensive line. Not a lot of defensive. There hasn't been any defensive tackles in the backfield.
Well, and Coach Tony yesterday, when I spoke with him, said that this team was not happy after their performance last week, and they've come out so far using some of that anger, as it's going to be a 2nd and 11 now as they switch sides. It's the first play of the second quarter underway. As Jay Vance on the play fake rolls out to his left, pass open man, almost complete as he had to jump for that one, as Noe Felix not quite able to reel that one in. And I think if Vance had seen him a split second sooner, we'd be talking about a different story here, as he was open for a good amount of time there just on the other side of the goal line. But as it is, it's going to be 3rd and 11 now coming up.
Yeah, and I've noticed too that Vance has a lot more confidence than the last time we saw him already throwing the ball. He definitely drives this offense like nobody else, but the confidence level you can definitely see is on the field. You can see it.
He's got his feet under him as they come out of the shotgun. 3 receivers, 2 to the left, 1 right, as it's going to be a pass play over the middle on the drag route, and a good pickup almost towards the end zone. He's stopped at the 1-yard line as a fantastic play again. Noe Felix on the drag route, and now Felix is down in the corner.
Took a bad spill on that one.
And he caught that ball, made it just across the 1-yard line, but now he is down, and the trainers now circling around him.
Looked like he kind of fell awkwardly on that shoulder.
It was a tough, really kind of a tough angle to see also from where we're located here, as there was a ton of bodies in front of that play. We will give you an update as we get to it. Meanwhile, the Rams knocking on the door here. They are on the 1-yard line of the Sac City Panthers. And so again, this drive very balanced so far. We've seen good run plays, good pass plays, including that last one, despite the way that it ended up after the tackle.
And again, you dominate the run, sets up the pass, sets up the deep pass, which we haven't seen yet. We will, but we haven't seen the deep pass yet.
Now, you called a few of those in the last game that we were together for, Gino, when you said they're going to pass it here. And, well, next thing you know, there's a 30-yard completion over the middle, so maybe we should put another headset on you. You should wear one ear on the air and one ear on the coaches.
Well, hopefully, he's okay. Got the trainers working with him right now.
This is a relatively deep receiving squad, but they don't want to lose one of their lead receivers. Noe Felix still down in the corner there. So again, he came in motion. Actually, I don't think he came in motion. He just came streaking across the field with that drag route, and for a minute there I thought he was going to go backwards, but he turned it upfield, got the first down, and unfortunately we've yet to see him pop back up.
Yeah,
now he's sitting upright, speaking with the trainers.
And it looked like he stretched, to try to hit the pylon with the ball to get that touchdown. So it was a really awkward, not only did he take an awkward hit, but he actually fell awkwardly,
and
too.
And as a competitor, you can't take that out of a player, as it looks like he is favoring that leg.
Yeah.
So he's helped off the sideline.
That looks like a knee issue.
We will hope for the best for Felix as the Rams come back out onto the field. Back underway. They're, again, at the 1-yard line of the Sac City Panthers after Felix's reception
First and goal, City.
brings
number
them
1.
to the door of the end zone as they hope that they can kick that door down.
Number 2, Dante Hendrickson.
Rams now coming out in a pistol-ish set as this one is going to be blown dead. Looks like there's a penalty on the play. Let's see who that goes against.
I think it was a false start.
And it would appear that you are correct, Gino.
Offense, number 94, line of the neutral zone.
And you know, that's
5-yard penalty. Repeat
It's one of the toughest things to do as a team. You know, you just watched one of your teammates, one of your brothers go down, and get back on the field. Well, it's one of the more common places. Really, just see mistakes happen. You're ready to get back out there and keep that drive going, keep it running for the guy who just went down, and instead they're marching backwards. So it's going to be a first down from the 6, and this is going to be a handoff. Good run to the right side, and the pile moves. We'll see if that entered the end zone. I think they're going to mark it just shy, so they're right back to where they started from on first down, and now it's going to be 2nd and 1 after a 5-yard pickup for Hendrickson.
Yeah, both inside linebackers stunted on that play too, so it looked like we were caught behind the line of scrimmage there. But fortunately, Hendrickson found the hole on the right side, popped through it, and unfortunately the safety in the corner stepped up to make the tackle.
Well, but as a defense, it's exactly how you're taught, as all of the defense now within about 2 yards of the goal line. And it's going to be another run play up the middle. Did he get in? No, they're going to mark it just shy, and they are moving by inches as he is down to about the 1 foot line, if you will.
Hendrickson with the carry.
Touchdown by osmosis.
Yes, by the laces.
Rams 3rd and goal.
And so they're about a football's length away from the goal line now. 3rd and goal, and at this point I'm kind of having to think, well, this seems to be, if you're asking me, 4-down territory right where they are here. But we'll hope to not get in that situation. As the Rams come out with their pistol set, moving the quarterback up a little closer to the line now that they are this close to the goal line, and it's going to be another run play, and this time they're stuffed in the backfield. Hendrickson loses about a yard on the carry, and now it's decision time out here if you're a coaching staff. Gino, what would you think?
I got to give it to the defense. They look like they're figuring our scheme out right now. Take the 3, in my opinion, take the 3 at this point, but I'm not Coach C, so.
Well, we'll see if you can go 1 for 1 now, Gino, because it looks like they are going to be coming back out onto the field. They're going for it on 4th down, 4th and 2. Actually, 4th and 3 from the 3-yard line. 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. Let's line up once again in the pistol. As now it's going to be a pass play off to the right. Instead, everyone's boxed up and pass over the middle, and it's complete.
Touchdown City.
I think Javance just channeled his inner. I don't even know. That was crazy.
Vance, he rolled right.
Whoa.
He looked right. He rolled left. He stepped back up into the pocket. I thought was going to take off and run with it, and then he throws it kind of to about the corner of the end zone, and a touchdown. Wide open man on that pass. Jacob English, I believe, on the reception.
They don't teach that, by the way.
It's all instinct.
Yeah, that's definitely instinct. It's very Patrick Mahomes-esque.
As Liam Peterson on for the kick. And he gets this one up and through, so it's a 14-0 lead now after a nifty little drive for the Rams. As we are just over 12 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. The score is 14-0.
Yeah, see, I would have gone for the 3. Coach knew better. Trust his players. We get some crazy play like that, and we're up 14-0 now.
Well, what's that show you, Gino?
I am not a head coach.
There we go. Well, you're 1 for 1 now. You had it correct earlier, so. 14-0 our score here, just underway in the second quarter. Just over 12 minutes left to play in this first half. As the Rams looking to keep a good grip on this ball game. As once again, I believe that's number 49, Liam Peterson. Back deep, back to kick.
Peterson's getting a lot of work today.
He is. As he kicks it. Well, I was about to say kicks it deep. It's a high kick. Lands at about the 18-yard line. Fielded there. And a decent pickup for where that ball landed, as he will run it out to about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, he picked up about 14 yards on that return. Not bad. Good job by the Rams, though, keeping them in their territory, especially with a short kick, though.
So we've seen some interesting kicks so far this game. We've seen the squib kick almost to start this game off. We've seen one land at the 5. No touchbacks. Not something you're used to saying so far. Today's era of football, as Panthers come out for another attempt, as the Rams hoping to force them back off the field. And keep in mind, the Rams did get the ball first in the first quarter, as this is a run play up the middle. Doesn't really pick up much of anything.
Well, and if you notice too, Ben, on this defense, they set up 5 rushing on this play rather than they start. Usually, the last few drives they started with 3 or 4. This time they brought 5 guys in.
Kind of feeling out the tendencies of this offense. And when you have a 2-possession lead, it really does give you the chance to kind of take some of those chances potentially and feel out some of what the offense is doing and assume they're going to run on first down, as it's a second and 9, and another handoff, and the ball comes loose, and he just did not secure the football. Boy, that was a handoff, and it never got handed off as the Rams fall on it, and that is a turnover.
Niermeyer again, number 30.
A fumble recovery.
Number 30.
Jacob Niermeyer
falling on the ball.
On the recovery, and they pick up the ball in great field position now. Inside Panthers territory, deep inside Panthers territory.
What I loved about that play call on defense too is literally coach put 5 guys on the line. You got 6 behind, so you're almost in a man coverage. It looked like kind of a nickel defense almost. You got 5. You got single coverage, and you're allowing your 5 guys in the front to do some damage. You know,
and the damage they did.
Right, and getting in, because if you think about it, you're 6 on 5. You know, so you still have the upper hand on the outside, all over the top.
So the Rams come out now. Shotgun set, 2 receivers left, 1 right, tight end in motion. Man in the backfield. And Vance drops back to pass. He is going to be almost swallowed up. He rolls to his left, and a throw over the left side, a flag in the vicinity. We'll see what that is. As the intended pass out to Marquise Cropper, and I think that's going to be a pass interference as he kind of ran to his left. It looked like he got held up there.
I think you're right. I think it is pass interference, and I think they got away with a little face mask, too.
I think you're right, too. There was a lot of contact on both sides of the field, the backfield and downfield.
It looked like Vance turned his head, pulled his head to get away, to get out of that.
Those last 2 plays by Vance, though, you'd mentioned looking like Patrick Mahomes. Boy, he's rolling out to his left, and what I saw there yet again.
I'm just saying. The likeness is there right now. He's definitely putting it out there.
See if he can keep the magic there as well, as it's a 14-0 lead, as the Rams looking to extend that even further before halftime.
You know, and sometimes as a quarterback, you have to make things, work. You literally, sometimes they just don't work. You have to make things work.
Well, where it didn't work that time was the right side of the offensive line. And it's going to be a hold against the defense, and I thought that would either be a hold or a pass interference play. I think he just grabbed his jersey as he was trying to come back to the ball. That is Cropper trying to come back to the ball. And can't do that if you're running downfield. Usually you hear holding and your immediate thought is, where on the offensive line was it? Well, no, this time it's on the defense, as it's a first down. Rams knocking on the red zone door. Come out in the pistol set, as it's going to be a handoff and a run to the left side. Good play. Picks up about 3.
Reynolds on the run.
As that's Michael Reynolds.
And a good job by Reynolds there. There wasn't really much of anything that the O-line could do on that play, and Reynolds found the outside to scamper around and picked up 2 yards. That was a really good run by him.
Outside, almost looked like running a little bit of a counter play.
Sure.
He bounces that back out, pick up of 2, and now they're on the 25-yard line of the Panthers.
And credit where credit's due. I mean, good job on the defensive line for, making Reynolds go outside.
As Vance drops back to pass, Line busts open as it's a complete pass over the middle, and a great job maintaining possession out there by Ray Brown. He leapt high in the air, caught the ball, and initially it looked like that ball was going to fall incomplete. It kind of popped out of his hands a little bit, but able to grasp it on his way down to the turf, and it's going to be a 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 now from the 19-yard line. Rams inside the red zone of Sac City.
And Jordan Colbert just checked in along with, who's that?
So Colbert into the game, as he's been taking a whole lot of the handoffs so far for the Rams, as he now, and the ball comes loose on a, looked like botched option play there, as Vance fakes the handoff to, I believe that was Colbert, he faked the handoff to, and he rushed back to the right side, and he was met with nothing but a pile of bodies on the O and D lines. Ball comes loose.
I think that was Marquez on the play.
Was that Marquez?
Yeah, that was Marquez.
As now it's a fumble, and a ball turned over. That's the first turnover for the Rams, really, in the last 2 games. So they did not have a turnover last week, and did talk to Coach Kabigli about that, and ball security being a very important factor in last week's game. Maybe almost a little bit too much of a factor, as the offense not quite confident enough in moving the football. A 20-7 loss, as this first play is going to be a run to the right side, picks up about 5 on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and 5. So again, going back, that's the first turnover in almost a month, although I've only had about a game and a half in that time, but it's not a bad tick to have, though.
No doubt.
As 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4.
Great misdirection, too, by Connor on that play, number 27. Gave him ample spot to run, give him 3 yards.
Curry in the back in the shotgun and throws out to the left. Nothing doing on the left side. And not sure if maybe there was a mix-up of a route there, as both receiver and defensive back kept running down the sideline, and that ball falls incomplete behind them by a good 8-9 yards.
Yeah, he ran 20-something yards on a 15-yard. Looked like he was supposed to maybe go 15 and come back to the ball.
Got your numbers mixed up there.
Right.
It's a 3rd and 7.
Or a wrong call in the huddle, too.
So 3rd and 7. Curry and the Panthers come out in the shotgun. They will drop back to pass. Good rush by the Rams, but now they leave him all sorts of daylight, as they overcommitted a little bit defensively, and now a hard late hit, and no flag in the backfield and no flag downfield, as two ends of that play looked a little dangerous if you're the Rams. Hard hit, as the pursuit on the quarterback gets to him just as he throws the ball, and a little bit of tangle downfield as well, but no flags on the play, and is 4th down.
I'm surprised Curry didn't trust his legs to take it out to the outside to try to get the first down.
And
he had a lot of time out there.
He had at least the yardage of the first.
Right.
Directly in front of him, but when you have that much going on around you, it's not uncommon to really just kind of lose track of where you are after spinning away from the defense, saying, hey, where's the line?
Sure.
As a high snap now on the punt gets away, but it's not a terribly good one. This one bounces, and it takes a Panthers hop, as it will bounce down to about the 28-yard line before it's touched down. So it was not a terribly good punt off the foot, but it took a good bounce if you are Sac City, as the Rams will take over at their own 28-yard line.
We got a good crowd out here today, Ben. Not to flip the subject or switch it up on us, but we got a good homecoming crowd out here tonight.
Oh, we definitely do. And, 8 minutes left in this half. We'll see if they can get behind this Rams offense and get a score and push this one ahead even further. And
it sounds like we're bringing in a special guest today at halftime.
We are. We most definitely are. Justin Shaw, the Fresno City Rampage, the on-campus student-run newspaper. He's the sports editor. He'll be in to bring you up to speed on some Fresno City Rams athletics news.
Outstanding.
So stick with us just on the other side of halftime in about just over 8 minutes here, as Vance keeps this one and runs back to the line, picks up maybe a yard or two, as that looked like a little bit of a botched play, but he's able to make something happen out of it. It's a 2nd and 9, as they'll give him a yard on the pickup.
Hopefully at halftime too, we'll get a word on Noe Felix and how he's doing.
We'll keep an eye down there as.
Yeah, he's at the training table right now.
He's still on the table, and that's never great news. But as this is a play fake, almost intercepted, and just needs a little bit more elevation on that ball as he attempts the pass out to Malachi Barnes.
Looking for Malachi Barnes.
Now, he got in his face a little bit in the backfield there when he went to throw that pass, but just a little bit underthrown and almost coming back the other way.
Yeah, and it's tough, too, when you throw in a coverage like that. You never see – you always hear the quarterback, I never saw the guy underneath, you know.
Yeah.
He gets lost in translation with, what's going on. And
well, he just spun away from a defender in the backfield. He thought that's where that guy was. He's not where I'm throwing it. Well, there's a guy everywhere now where you're throwing it.
Yeah.
Third down, ball snaps to be a pass play. Steps up into the pocket. It's a deep pass. Throw to the right. It's a complete pass. Pass to the right, down the sideline, the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Rams. A 71-yard touchdown pass complete. Number 89, Bo Farmer, the freshman out of Lake Mead, Nevada. 71 yards, and it's 20-0, Fresno City.
Just like I was saying earlier, man, Javance is a lot calmer today, a lot cooler. He's got confidence, and you can see that in the throw. That was beautiful.
And the confidence really shone through it. It's the 3rd and long, and so at this point, really thinking everything or nothing, and he got everything. As Farmer able to get away with that separation, and now the extra point attempt is up, and it is good, and it's a 3-score, 21-0 Fresno City Rams lead. So, you were calling for a long pass earlier in the game to get what you wanted there, Gino.
I did, honestly, and that's exactly what they were doing. They were pounding the ball, bringing the corners up, bringing the safeties up. Finally got an opportunity to get somebody quick on the outside. And you get Javance with a beautiful throw. I mean, that was a dime. Like, literally threw a dime that time. That was a great shot.
Well, I think what made that pass especially special was he threw it where Farmer was going to be, not where he was. And you saw right at the end of the play, there's a little bit of connection between the receiver and the defensive back. And then Farmer turns on the jets and runs right past him and catches the ball where it was intended to be thrown. So Vance and Farmer hook up here for a big, long pass, and the Rams with a big lead, 21-0.
And this also goes to show you, too, how good Javance is as far as with his receiving core. Everybody's a little bit faster or slower than everybody, right? So you got to figure on those type of throws how to throw that, like when to throw it and, the timing. And that's what practice is for. But to be able to call that play and get that in there and find him on the open route.
Getting to know your guys.
That's right. That was awesome.
This one's kicked deep. Number 4 back to return. He's got a pretty good lane off to the right side. Picks it up to the 30. Pushed out of bounds at about the 34. And a lot of pushing and shoving down there on the sidelines. We'll have to make sure we don't have any laundry on the field after that return. Physical return as number 4, Markel Taylor, runs it back about a 32-yard pickup on the return. Good pickup. Yeah, there was a lane that opened up on special teams there for him.
And he was running with authority, too. Again, you give somebody the ball who's angry, he's going to make more yards.
Well, you go down 21-0, you're going to get angry. So this Rams defense better get a little bit angrier here. Make sure they stop this offense, as this offense looking to cut into that 21-point deficit heading into halftime. The Rams looking to keep it right there, if not expand it.
Exactly. At this point, the Rams need to step on it now.
As Panthers come out in the shotgun, instead it's going to be a flag on the play, and I think there's going to be a false start. We'll take a look at that line.
I think it was a receiver.
And they are, in fact, marching backwards.
Offense, number 13.
Yep.
False start on a receiver. It's not one you see every day.
Right.
Now, Gino, you can tell me a little bit, when you have a false start on a receiver, what's the sort of thing that causes that?
Well, there's several things. He can't hear. He didn't hear the snap count. He's probably going off of one of the offensive linemen's hands.
This ball is snapped. It's going to be a shotgun pass, and he runs off to the right side. A throw up in the air. He just lobs it up in the air, and I think that came down in the hands of the Rams.
Jamari Carter, number 7.
And that most certainly did. An interception. Carter And I just said they needed to get that ball back, maybe expand that lead. Well, there it is. And, on the throw, Arcuri, he just looked like he lobbed that one up there just to get it out of the backfield. As down with it, number 7, Ari Carter.
Way to undercut that pass, too. That was great job on the defense undercutting that.
And undercutting it at the right time, because like I said, it almost looked like Arcuri just threw that ball away, but it was still in play.
And he had an open receiver when he threw it. But again, number 7, Carter coming in, being at the right spot, and holding it too.
And what we just talked about with Vance is throwing it where the receiver's going to be, not throwing it where he was.
Right.
And, that was not where his receiver was. Well, actually it was, but he was blanketed by defenders.
Right. And that's one for you too. Like you said, you need the turnover. There you go. One for Ben.
Well, I'll make sure that we can, we'll talk to Tony and see what we can do about getting us a couple extra headsets. Eh?
Yeah.
You've got your clipboard up here, so we're halfway there.
That's right.
Rams take over on the 41-yard line of the Panthers. Again, good field position, and that's something that the Rams have had a lot of so far in this game is good field position. And even when they haven't had good field position, they're moving the ball well, making their own as they move the ball pretty decently here, considering. As it's going to be a pickup of about 2. Looked like he was going to be stopped for a little bit less than that, but instead, Hendrickson picks up 2 on first down. It's going to be a 2nd and 8.
And right now, if I'm coach, I'm slowing it down now. Let's let the clock play out a little bit, and let's also let's get some guys in there who haven't touched the ball yet. To be honest,
run a few extra ticks off that clock. Is kind of curious how long we'll continue to see Vance in this game. I know I spoke with Tony saying that he wanted to get all 3 of his quarterbacks some time today, as Vance now on the draw play hands off to number 23, Andrew Chavez. A great pickup and a first down, I think, as they are marking it. Yep, there go the chains, and on to the plus side territory into Panthers territory. The Rams move the ball across midfield. Ball moving, clock keeps rolling. The Rams keep rolling.
Man, great play call so far, too, by City College.
This is
Fresno.
And this is a statement that you need after, 2 back-to-back tough weeks for Fresno City. And overall, it's been a tough season thus far for the Rams.
Honestly, that 2-4 record does not reflect the way this team has played. And it's sad to see that they're 2-4, only because you know how good this team is.
Shotgun play, and it's, just incomplete. Picks it up off the bounce, as that was in his hands, off the ground, and back in his hands on number 89. Again, that's Bo Farmer on the left side, so trying to hook up with the guy who got him the touchdown. He was on the opposite side of the field earlier. Now he's on the near side.
Bo would love to have that one back, I'm sure.
Yep, right in his hands, just kind of dribbled it. Basketball season just around the corner.
He threw it in the place where I couldn't catch.
There we go.
My hands.
That's why you play defense, right?
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. Oh, and D-line, yeah. I wonder why.
2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line. Actually, it's the 48-yard line of the Panthers. Mounting the pistol set. This one's a run to the left side and a pretty decent pickup. Picks up about 4 or 5 on the carry. It's number 23, Chavez, once again. Kicks it out to the left side.
And credit where credit's due, too. Jimmy Crawford, number 55, came out on the outside. He basically, he was a pulling guard on that play. And great job picking up that first block to allow the running back to get that yardage. Excellent job. It might have been short yardage, but still, doing your job is doing your job.
Well, short yardage is 5, and another 5 is 10. As it is 3rd and 5. Let's see if the Rams can pick up the first down. It's going to be a quick pass off to the right side, a little bit of a screen pass to number 5, Cropper, and he is not quite going to be able to get there for the first down. Picks up maybe 2 or 3, and now some after-play extracurriculars, and there's a flag down. I can't tell when that flag came out, if it came down after or before that Ram came tumbling out of the pile. Something happened back there. I'm not sure if there's some pushing and shoving. And going all the way back to the last kickoff, really that's kind of when this, a little bit of an attitude kind of came out of both of these squads.
I think the first flag was possible hold on the offense, but then the second flag was the extracurriculars.
Extracurricular, a little bit of play after the play.
A little too much there. You know you're upset at this point. I get it. Defense is a little upset, giving up 21 points the first half. But cannot do that. Cannot be doing
Offense, number 37.
So illegal block.
That foul will be declined. Fourth down.
Penalty is declined as it's 4th and 5. And again, I saw the Ram tumbling out of the pile there. I couldn't quite catch who that was. I think it may have been number 9, Ray Brown, I think. It came falling out of the pile. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Either way, 4th and 5 now with just over 5.5 minutes left in the first half. And that's going to bring on the punt team.
No call on the extracurricular activity. So hopefully, I'm sure it's been noted. I'm sure the refs have written down the numbers.
Well, I did see a hat turn in the right direction and not a helmet turn in the right direction, so they're aware of what happened. Maybe that's your warning, I suppose.
Right.
A bit of a high snap, and instead it's a fake punt, and he is all the way down to the 10, the 5, a touchdown! A fake punting. Dean Scrivener on the fake punt, and we had mentioned we hadn't seen much of him so far today. He comes on the field and he runs it all the way for a touchdown, 43 yards on the fake punt.
Not surprised. Scrivener's the next quarterback who knows his way around the field.
We talked a lot about that last game. Right before that before the game last up against San Mateo, we were talking about it. If we're going to see a fake kick or a fake punt, well, there's your fake punt, Gino, and it's a 4-possession game. We are a point after away from going up 27-0, and here's the extra point. It is up, and it is good, and it's a 28-0 Rams dominant first half of football here from Ratcliffe Stadium. Gino, your thoughts on that fake punt?
4th and 5. You're thinking, we're going to give the ball back. We've been playing really good defense. Coach C had other things in mind. He decided, hey, maybe now's the good time to throw that fake out there.
Well, 4th and 5 from that spot in the field, you're thinking, hey, maybe they'll go for it, but you're not thinking they'll go for it that way. It's a 43-yard run, and 43 yards doesn't quite do it justice as you're running from your punting position. That's a 53-plus yard run at that point.
And let's be honest too, great job for the entire Rams on that play, selling that play. The guys up front made their blocks. The 3 guys in the back made their incoming blocks.
And when you're watching the defender and the coverage man on the far side of the field throw his hands up and go, "Where is it?" You know that you just fooled your opponents.
Right. And then you turn around and you see everybody's 20 yards downfield blocking. I mean, Scrivener had a lot of choices to make.
I don't think he had first down on his mind one time during that play.
No. Awesome play.
He's on the sideline now to catch his breath as Peterson back to kick this one off. And boy, at this point we might have a four quarterback battle if we're not careful. This one is kicked deep, and this one might be our first touchback as he catches that one.
Takes it out of bounds.
Takes it out of bounds in the end zone, so that's going to be a touchback. So they will take over. The Panthers will take over from the 25-yard line.
When they're unable to return, it is a touchback.
Well, we said it earlier, 3 facets of the game. Offense, defense, special teams.
Well, check. I think we're all green check marks so far in the boxes. If you're a Rams fan, you are living large today on homecoming.
Crazy. I love plays that leave me speechless. Like that play. That was awesome.
Speechless, and last time I looked at the clock, it said 5:32. Well, 5:12 left on the clock now. Almost no time off the clock after that punt, or fake punt. As Panthers back on. Short pass over to the right side. Tries to get his man on the right. It's incomplete. Intended for Jack Carner.
Arcuri looking for Carner.
Arcuri
incomplete.
Not able to really get in a rhythm at all today, as this Rams defense has, if they haven't been in the backfield, they have been locking up the secondary, and most of the time they've been doing both.
And literally every time number 3, the quarterback there, Vince Arcuri, throws the ball, like you said, there's a red helmet there. Or anytime one of these running backs think they're going to get, 2 or 3 yards, there's a red helmet there. I mean, good job on the defense right now, reading what's going on.
They're sticking right to him. As it's 2nd and 10, come out in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. It's going to be a quick pass to the left side, and he is stuffed at the line and dropped. A big, big defensive play. That's number 38, Jordan Collins, pumping his arms, getting fired up as the defense is making its presence known. No gain, actually, a gain of maybe an inch or two on the play. As they'll mark that 3rd and 9. He picked up a yard. Forward progress gets him 1. As it's 3rd and 9 from the 26-yard line, from the Panthers' own 26-yard line. Rams looking to stuff him on 3rd down. Come out in the shotgun, 2 receivers, 2 receivers on each side. Man in the backfield. Ball snap, likely to be a pass play. Indeed it is. And it's going to be a pass over the middle. Caught and then fallen on, but not going to quite be enough for a 1st down.
It's going to be about a yard shy.
A yard shy there. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Cherry on the tackle that time. Usually we're calling his name all the time. I'm glad to see him out there right now working.
As now it's a 4th down, and you know, we're not quite to the point in the ball game where you're thinking to yourself, are they going to go for it here as they run the punting unit out? Maybe something to consider here in the second half, and we may be in for a lopsided score if this defense keeps playing the way that they are playing.
Question is, do you fake it? 28, you're down 28-0.
Well, there's your answer.
Nope, no you don't.
This one's punted deep. And a fair catch made at the last minute there by number 23, Andrew Chavez. Waits for the fair catch as the Rams will take over at their own 31-yard line. Just over 3.5 minutes to play here in the half. So the Rams have a chance to make this get another score on the board here.
Plenty of time to do so, too. 3 minutes and 36 seconds. I mean, at this point, Coach can do whatever he wants to at this point with 3 minutes and 36 seconds on the board offensively. He could put anybody in there that he wants. He could try somebody out right now if he wants.
Well, now I know both of us, Gino, we're a little bit more of our old school hard-nosed football fans. But what are you calling here if you're coaching, Gino?
I'm running the ball. Let's get the clock started.
I could have called that.
Yeah, let's get the clock started.
Well, I guess Tony could have called that too. Let's run off to the left side, pick up about 2 on the play.
Now the fun begins, though, Ben. Now where do we go?
Chavez picks up 2. 2nd and short.
Next snap's going to be right around 3 minutes.
I'm thinking you're going to see something pass just to the outside of the sticks here. And if they get that pass, be ready to see a long pass on the next down. So if they're able to convert here, I'm thinking you're going to see a 20-plus yarder attempt on the next shot.
And he hasn't even challenged the inside linebackers yet either. So there might be a play over the middle.
So the shotgun lines up. And now we'll see what happens. I saw an offensive lineman move, but I think there may have been a defender moving first.
Yeah, I think 55 on the defense touched our offensive lineman there.
He popped his hands across, and the O-lineman did
move
his hands up too, but they will march that one up the field. And now it's going to be a 2nd and 3 now.
Even more so now. I'm going over the middle.
Over the middle?
Yeah, I'm looking to challenge your inside linebackers because you're looking at it. You got a 3 set now. They're not stunning. They're looking for the pass.
And with a 4-possession lead, you have the I would say buffer to do that. And instead, both of us are wrong. And either way, clock keeps rolling. The ball keeps moving.
And that's why Coach C is Coach C. He knows what to do.
We got about 25 more years to catch up here. I think.
Doesn't need us, I'll tell you.
The chain gang moves. That one must have just barely squeaked across the line. And it's another 1st down for Fresno City. As the 2-minute break coming up just around the corner, just over 2 minutes left. Clock is rolling. And I think the Rams might just run this one down to the 2-minute clock. They indeed will as they come off to the sideline to talk it over. So with the 2-minute warning just away from us in 1 second, and here it is. Well, 1st and 10 from your own 36-yard line.
2-minute.
A standard 2-minute drill you're thinking here, right?
Yeah, you're in a comfortable spot again, Ben. You can kind of do what you want now. You're up 28-0. You got offensive line is clicking now. I mean, they're not. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the defensive line for Sac City is doing a really good job putting pressure down. But the O-line is picking it up. Your secondary blocking is doing a really good job, too. And, I mean, honestly, Vance has only been sacked one time all this whole game. And they've been in the backfield quite a bit.
Well, and I'm seeing it work it's very tandem. When the pressure comes, there's a man open. When there's no man open, there's no pressure, and Vance is able to make things happen. So really, he's taking advantage of everything he's needed to take advantage of, and this team looks very, very well prepared for this football game.
Yeah. I could see maybe Vance taking a little break in the third quarter, giving, a couple other quarterbacks the opportunity to get some play.
Yeah, we have yet to see Christian English.
Right. And the one time we did see, what's his name? The other quarterback. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was David Marquez.
Yeah. The other time we saw Marquez, unfortunately Marquez, fumbled the ball. But that whole play was so botched from the snap, nothing was good about that play.
Both of the plays that Marquez has had the opportunity at, there was the one in the red zone there in the first quarter as well. They've both been very difficult style of plays to really, successfully handle, but really everything or nothing plays, on the option and then also on the fumble. Two really tough plays for Marquez to really handle. So we'll see what happens here as 2 minutes on the clock, a pass off to the left side for Vance. He is going to complete this one to the left side, and no gain on the play as Ray Brown runs out of bounds, stops the clock. That's about the only positive out of that play, is that the clock stopped. So 13. Actually, the clock is still moving. I don't know if he got downed inbounds, maybe. As just over a minute and a half left.
I think number 7, McFarland, took the worst part of that, even on the tackle. Did not look, didn't look like he wanted to get up there for a second.
Taking a little bit of extra time off the clock as Rams come out in the shotgun, man in motion from left to right. Ball snaps, it's going to be a handoff, and he runs it off to the right side. Number 4, Colbert. Loss of about 2 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and 12.
Colbert with the carry.
As clock continues to run here.
Big 99, CJ Milliken, I guess. I'm not butchering his last name, but that was a great job by him containing that play and basically putting Colbert down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Rams had the ball to start this game, so it looks like they're going to be content just taking it to the half. We'll see what the Panthers do here. As just over 30 seconds, and it's going to be a pass off to the right side as Vance completes, and I see a flag in the backfield as the pass makes it across the first down yardage line. But again, there's a flag in the backfield. We'll see what that is.
Penalty marker on the field.
Maybe an offensive lineman downfield?
I'm thinking you might be right. Either way, I see the offense marching backwards. Appears they know what they did. A little bit of a late hold call on that.
Yeah.
They say there can be holding on every play, is what they say, but I'm kind of curious where the hold would have benefited anybody on that play. This pass was nowhere near where that penalty was called. Either way, it's a 3rd and 20 with just under 30 seconds left on the clock here. 3rd and 22.
And they'll address that in the locker room. They'll talk about the hold itself, like, you're away from the play. What are you doing? Kind of thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's
risk
fine.
Reward.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, it's a handoff and a big gain up the middle. And now number 4, Colbert, bumps it to the outside. He is picking up yardage to the 35, to the 30. He's brought out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And you know what? Just like that, there is no time left on the clock, but a huge pickup on 3rd down as Colbert able to run out some time on the clock as the clock unfortunately runs out on the Rams. But they have had one heck of a first half here. What do you say, Gino? What's this first half been like? What do you have to say about it?
I'm going with positivity. Everything is clicking. Offense looks good. Offensive play call has been really good too. Literally, like, everything about the play call has been almost spot on, really. I mean, minus the 2 drops we had in the early beginning.
I think they were seeing if there was any time left on the clock when he went out of bounds. The officials just officially called that halftime. But as you were saying, though, Gino, this offensive play calling, the balance has been what has really, taken me aback. Is everything has been working, whether it's run or pass. And as I mentioned a moment ago, when the run doesn't work, the pass does. And when you see the pressure come, well, the pass gets out. And when the pressure's not there, the run works. Everything so far has been clicking for the Rams offensively and defensively, for that matter.
And we said it earlier, confidence. Javant's confidence right now is awesome. And the offensive line, too. Let's give credit where credit is due. The offensive line's pushing them forward. Sometimes we're getting big push plays. Sometimes we're not getting big push plays. But the offensive line is still doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that's moving the ball. And that's exactly what they're doing.
And that moving the ball has them up 28-0 going into the half here. So, well, it's halftime, and we'd like to bring in a guest here.
Let's make some noise for your Rams.
At halftime, we'd like to bring in a guest up here. As we're going to have Justin Shaw come on up. Here, Gino, I'm going to kick you out for just a minute.
We're gonna, let me get out of here.
For
get Justin.
75 years with outstanding Ram
So
pride.
as we get everybody situated up here, I'll give you just a little bit of a preview for us. We're going to have Justin come up here and talk a little bit about Fresno City sports. He is the sports editor with the Fresno City College Rampage, the student-run newspaper. And we're going to have to shimmy a little bit here in the back to get everyone in the right place.
Instructional admin Martina Island and our
Okay, if you're just tuning in, thank you for joining us on YouTube, on Comcast 94, to AT&T Channel 99, CMAC, Community Media Access Collaborative, helping us out here. Thank you so much.
Counselors Brandon Wong, Kelly Savoy, and Tasha Johnson.
There we go, get everything all situated here. And welcome in, Justin.
This Superwoman.
Good to see you. Thank you, Justin. Well, Justin, let's hear a little bit about you. Fresno City College Rampage, correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And you're the sports editor?
I am the sports editor.
Well, what have you got to tell us about Fresno City sports? Fresno City athletics.
So this new segment is called Rams Roundup. We are going to be talking about the conference standings, where each team stands currently in their conference, from football to volleyball to men's soccer to even women's soccer. Starting off with football. Right now the Rams are 0-1 in conference. They're sitting at 5th place, but with the win tonight against Sacramento City, they will be 1-1 and they will move up above Sacramento City. They'll be 4th place. And the next game will be at Monterey Peninsula, which is leading the conference right now with number 1 with 1-0. Next game will be Saturday, October 5th or October 25th at 1 p.m. And that's for the 3C2A National Valley Conference. For volleyball, we have the Central Valley North 3C2A conference with Fresno City's Rams sitting at number 1, 4-0 in conference. With Clovis sitting at 3-1 in second place, and hopefully they can win the conference this year just like they did last year. It looks like right now they're doing good. Next game is at Sequoia, Wednesday, October 22nd at 6 p.m. And then after that will be home game against Porterville Friday, October 24th. Also at 6 p.m. For men's soccer in the Central Valley 3C2A Central Valley Conference, Merced is sitting at number 1 with 5 games played, 4 wins, 1 loss. Rams are sitting in at 5 conference games with 3 wins, 0 losses, and 2 ties. If they, I have a chance they might be able to win. I have a feeling they might have a chance to win first place in their conference. As long as they don't lose any games.
Now, I was at actually the Rams championship game back in I believe it was 2020, the year that they won the state championship. Went up to Bay Area, got to see them actually march off the field with the trophy. It was great, and can you tell me a little bit about how the soccer program really has been historically here? It's a fantastic program, am I right?
It's a great program, especially the women's soccer. They won last year their conference, and as of right now, they're sitting in first place in their conference as well this year. They are currently sitting at 9 games played, and they won all 9. 9 conference games played, and they won all 9. And their overall record is 11-2.
And really, it just comes down to the coaching. This fantastic coaching staff, not just in football, but really across the board at Fresno City.
They have a really good athletics coaching program, especially women's soccer are going to go back-to-back in conference. Hopefully, they bring home a state title this year.
For sure.
Their next game will be
Next up,
Tuesday, October 21st, 4 p.m. versus Sequoia.
They're led by
Here, obviously, at home versus Sequoia, and then the game after that will be at Clovis. We'll be at divisional rival Clovis at 4 p.m. on Friday, October 24th.
Currently working hard to improve their fundamentals on the skills.
And for men's soccer, their next two games will be at Modesto, Tuesday, October 21st as well, 4 p.m. And then they'll be home Friday, October 24th against Consumers River.
Coached by head coach
At 4 p.m.
Awesome. Well, we're getting to see all of the teams out here today at homecoming, and really overall fantastic squad, and really it's been a great year so far for Fresno City College sports, and even with the Rams football team being at 2-4, overall it's a better team than the record shows.
Yeah.
So what can you tell me just a little bit about the football team this year?
The football team right now, they started off the season slow, then they started to get hot, then they did end up a little slow again, but I feel like if they get hot and stay hot, they can move up to the conference. At least they have a chance to make the playoffs if they win the rest of the way out.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back after our halftime show. My name is Ben Hensley. I'm here with Justin Shaw. Gino Mora will be right back with us out of the half. And thank you so much for tuning in to Fresno City Rams football on YouTube, Comcast Channel 94, AT&T Channel 99. Thank you, CMAC Community Media Access Collaborative, and we'll be back for the second half of Rams football after this.
Support your Ram baseball team. Go Rams, men's baseball. Next up, women's tennis and men's tennis. Head coach by Nate Castro. The program has won their conference and qualified several players for the playoffs and state tournament. They're working hard to prepare for their 2020 season. Go men's and women's tennis. Next up, volleyball and beach volleyball. Volleyball, who celebrated their 50th anniversary last night, is coached by Kieran Robley, our winningest coach in school history. They consistently compete at the highest levels and are always in the mix with the state playoffs and state championship. It should be a great year as they engaged in their season play as we speak. Badminton, coached by Pania Vang, our 2026 badminton team. This group is usually competing for a state title every year, and we expect nothing less. Ladies and gentlemen, some of the 2025-2026 athletic programs. Go Rams. Samantha, Sam. Bring them center. Coach Garza. What's up, ladies? I'm going to step behind. FCC coaches, come for the picture. Coach Jermon Robley, I see you.
Well, I'm back. It's Gino. Ben's taking a break now, and we're bringing up a special coach here from Fresno City College, Coach Silver. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm out of breath climbing up here, but I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Coach, I got to ask you, how's the season? What are we looking at?
We're currently tied for first place. We're having a good year. We've got too many ties in the tie column, but we've had a good year, and we're struggling offensively, but we've battled through some things, and we've had a guy one of our leading scorers broke his clavicle on Wednesday. So we're doing well, though. So we're trying to we're down to 8 games. I guess I'm down to 8 games.
I was going to say, I heard somebody announced their retirement.
Yeah, Tony and I have been talking about it for the last year, and we wanted to get out in front of it, and so the school had time to hire somebody, because it's a faculty position, so it takes some time, and deans sign off on it, president signs off it. So it's time for me. I'm going to stay and coach baseball a little bit after I'm done. But I'm done with the head coaching thing. It's 27 years later, 38 total, and I'm 63 here in March. It's time to get out.
Well, you definitely got the fountain of youth going for you. Let me back you up a little bit, Coach. What brought you to Fresno?
So I'm kind of a Fresno guy. What brought me to Fresno City was I was coaching at Bullard. We won the Valley Championship, and Coach Noakes and I and a couple other assistants went out for a beer, and there's a guy across the table asked me for my phone number, which I didn't really know. I knew who he was. And he called me the next day. He goes, "Hey, I'm about to get the Fresno City job." It was Ron Scott. And he said, "I want you to be the pitching coach." And that's kind of how it all started. That was 38 years ago. And then somewhere in there, I went back for my master's degree because I wanted to, try and get a faculty position here. And kind of always thought I'd be hired as a baseball coach, and which I was, but they asked to attach something else to it, and that's how I kind of landed in soccer. I had a soccer background, and not as good as my baseball background, but enough to where they did it. And soccer wasn't looked at the same way as now. And then very lucky we broke a school record our first year and for wins and got the thing rolling.
Well, you'd be crazy if you didn't know who you were in soccer, that's for sure.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time telling everybody I played soccer and I was a soccer guy, early on. Now I'm telling everybody, hey, I'm actually a baseball guy. So, yeah, it's kind of reversed on me a little bit.
What are you looking forward to in retirement?
I think a little bit. I missed a lot with my family. It's just the way coaching the two sports, I've missed a lot. So I'm looking forward to. I have 6 grandkids. So my wife and I have 6 grandkids, and I'm just looking to doing some of that stuff and enjoying the morning before I get out to the baseball field. And I'll be involved with soccer, but I got to step away and let the next guy do his thing too.
So that leapfrogged me into my next question. What kind of capacity did you want to get into?
It just depends who gets hired. Obviously, I have some assistants and guys I know that are applying for the job, and I could foresee myself helping with them in some capacity, but certainly not much right away. Just because I think it's not going to do them any good, me standing behind him, while he's talking to the team. So I'll be there in a supportive system, at least for the first year or two. And I don't want to be there every day, because if I'm there every day, I might as well stay on and make my money, because I'm getting retirement, which isn't quite as good as my current salary. But
sure, it's
just more than anything. I'm actually tired. I'm a little tired.
Gotcha.
The two sports have caught up to me. I wouldn't say we should ever do that again. But that being said, it led me into the area I wanted to go, and I got to run my own team. I always thought I'd be the baseball coach here, but by the time Ron left, I was 59, and we wanted to bring somebody younger in.
Gotcha. Well, you have the opportunity to say whatever you'd like to say to some of those people that have helped you along the way.
Well, I mean, I've been blessed with great coaches. I played for Dr. Jose Elgoriaga, who was the longtime Fresno State coach, was my club coach in soccer. Mike Noakes and Bob Bennett and Mike Grubsich at Fresno State. And then the key guy for me is Coach Scott. Got me into it, and he kind of railroaded me into the job, which isn't easy to do when you're hiring for faculty.
Sure.
And so, I mean, I owe a lot to him, and but our current environment's great. We've had great ADs. Derek's doing a lot of good things for us here and promoting us and trying to get us out in front. And I'm sorry, I'm going to see some of the things that I'm not going to get to see. I'll see it, but I won't be on staff full time anyway to see some of the changes over here. I would say that people listening, support junior college whenever you can. It's a great, it is our community.
Absolutely.
And I think it gets lost sometimes, and people don't understand how good the sports are. The person I got to thank the most is my family, my wife and family, because they let me do a lot of things that maybe I shouldn't have been doing. When you look back, you go, man, I missed a lot of dance recitals and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
And at times it feels like it was really worth doing what I did, and there's times where you reflect and go, wow, I missed a lot.
Well, before I let you go, how about a message to the players, former players and current players? What would you like to send them off?
For sure, the former players that I'm starting to talk with via text or coming out to the games, and then obviously there's baseball guys too, but that I'm seeing. I mean, they're the ones. My success is built around players. You can't win without good players. So the most important part of this job is recruiting. You know, and we don't have scholarships to offer in California because it's a state taxpayer system. But I've done a good job getting players, other coaches have my other, you know. So the other people I really want to thank is all my assistants and guys that I coached with, alongside with it in baseball too. But those guys are tremendous for me. But the players are the ones that won the games. I guess I lost the games. That's what they would tell you. But that is the biggest part of it, right? We're hopefully moving on people, making them better people.
Absolutely.
And then the success comes with that. If you get the right players, you create the culture, you're going to have a good shot of winning. And I think I've been good at creating the culture on both teams. So but the players are really. That's everything.
Well, we are so glad to have you up here. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming up.
Is there a chance you can airlift me down?
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks for having me.
We'll get a Sherpa up here for you.
Exactly.
Coach Silberg, everybody. Right. Thank you so much.
Thanks
for joining
much.
us.
College is a place where dreamers, grinders, and strivers come together for something better. Every hallway, every classroom, every study session in the library whispers it. Where the first-generation student, veteran, artist, future nurse, engineer, or welder decides, I'm not done yet.
Live production is different because you don't have that leniency of saying, oh, we'll just go back and edit it. What you see is what the audience is going to see.
It's hard at first because you don't really know what to do, but it's definitely easy to catch on. I mean, you learn pretty quickly. I mean, the people around here are very helpful. It's a team effort, so everyone kind of learns a little bit of everything just from watching and doing.
When I show up to a live CMAC production, I know for a fact that I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to learn new skills. I'm going to get better at the skills that I already know. Overall, I'm just going to come out of it better than I was before.
On this type of production, team means not only like having a leader there, but also having friends, like multiple friends. Everybody's willing to help you out and listen. The staff at CMAC is really supportive and helpful, and they're also just really friendly in general and really welcoming.
Live production is unique because you really only get one shot. You don't get a do-over like a normal stuff with like sets and all that kind of stuff. It's really just like go, go, go.
The Fresno Fuego first place in the Southwestern Division, and they were coming off a road trip that went about as perfect as you could get.
I love video production because of all of the hard work and like determination that it takes, because a lot of people, they're like, oh, I want to go into video production, but they don't really understand that it's actually more work than setting up a camera and pressing record.
I like working under pressure because it really motivates me to get things done. My job as a technical director is to push buttons when the director tells me to, and that will bring things onto the screen, like bugs or different camera cuts.
I get a lot of the celebrations of the players when they finally make that goal. I get a lot of the corner kicks. I get a lot of like just the on-the-field action that kind of allows the viewer to actually be inside the actual game itself. I love video production because to me it seems like it's one giant puzzle that just needs to be solved.
The first time that I saw my replays on air, I felt sort of a sense of accomplishment because I knew that that was me.
Can't get it, left foot from Blanco, but it's falling in! The attack
and just knowing that I was able to do that and have it look good, it just makes me feel really good.
Before I came into live production, I had never done anything that was a live shoot at all. You know, now I'm able to pull cables and run cameras and set up all these other different things. The entire thing is a learning experience. So if you have no experience to begin with, you're gonna come out learning something new, and you're gonna enjoy doing it.
To me, CMAC is really a community. I've met a lot of people, like a lot of great people that I think I will still be in contact with after this. Like, if I need to work on something, you still know someone that is interested in the same thing as you are. I will never forget this experience.
We all love the same thing, which is just creating media in general. Overall, it's just a very interesting experience, and it's awesome.
Give it a shot, because you might end up belonging there more than you think you do.
Well, welcome back to Ratcliffe Stadium, everybody. My name is Ben Hensley alongside Gino Morrow. And boy, have we had a Fresno City first half. It's 28 to nothing. Excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Rams are ahead of me. 28 to nothing heading into the third quarter. And thank you for joining us once again. Gino, what have you really got to say about that, first half of football, that, really Rams dominance over the first half?
I'm going to go back to what we were talking about earlier, Ben. Positivity, confidence, execution. Literally, and that's exactly what we've been seeing right now in the first half. A couple of mishaps, it's gone, they're done. Focus, next play, let's move on, and that's exactly what the Rams have been doing. Let's focus on the next play.
Those mishaps have not gotten into their heads as they look to kick the ball deep to start the second half. As Peterson kicks this one end over end, and it ends up in the end zone. A touchback, second touchback of the game. So now our kickoffs are starting to look a little bit more normal. We've had a few strange ones throughout the game. Last two from Fresno City have gone into the end zone for a touchback. So as Peterson has shown off that leg, and really not quite as maybe impressive, but I wouldn't say quite as impressive as Scrivener showing off his legs earlier in this game on the fake punt for a touchdown. But the Panthers will take over from their own 25-yard line after the touchback. As Gino, if you are the Rams, what are you telling them in the second half of football?
Stick to the game plan. Pretend it's 0-0. Come back out here and do the same thing you did in the first half. Stay confident, stay positive, execute your plays, know where you need to be, and let
every drive's a fresh drive, and picking it up right where they left off here is a first down run, only picks up maybe a couple of yards, as it's going to be a second and 3, it looks like.
You got 11 guys with 11 assignments, let them do their jobs. That's what I'm saying.
So far, we've seen just about everybody doing their jobs and then some throughout this first half of football, and so far here in the third quarter, as a first down run only picks up 3, as second down and 7. As new quarterback in, we'll get you a little information in just a minute here. New quarterback Jason Wilson, the freshman out of El Dorado High School, incomplete on second down. It's going to be 3rd and 10 as the pass attempt falls incomplete on second down, and like you said, picking up right where they left off, as the Rams have forced 2 quick downs, and now a 3rd and 10, or 3rd and 7.
Well, we saw 2 in the beginning. In the first quarter, we saw a lot of third down and shorts with Sac City. Now we're seeing the Rams take over the offensive and defensive line issues, and now it's 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. We're talking about
a big pressure up the middle, and he is being chased by every Rams defender on the field. It feels like throws off to the left, and is that incomplete or complete? I see some clapping down there. And boy, if that was a complete pass, that was impressive. I don't think it was. No, it was incomplete.
He might have completed it, but it was on the wrong side of the line.
Coaches clapping down there, and you had me do a little bit of a double take. But no, it is a 4th and 7. As boy, like I said, it felt like the entire Rams defense was chasing the new quarterback in the game, Jason Wilson, as he rolled out to his left. Pretty sure the entire offensive line took that play off. As now the punter back to kick this one away. And instead it goes over his head, and he is from his own end zone kicking now, and he has to really recover, as not a terribly bad punt considering what happened, but boy, he misplayed the snap. It was a bad snap, what looked like to his right, and just went off his fingertips, bounced all the way back. He picked it up behind the goal line, nearly had the kick blocked, and he's still able to get the punt out to the Rams side of the field, just on the Rams side of the field, 48-yard line. But well, I'm almost more impressed after that punt got out than I was with the the fake punt earlier in the game that the Rams had. That was impressive.
If I'm coach on the other side, if I'm Sac City's coach right now, I'm like, somebody give my long snapper a ball and let him work on that right now. I don't know if that's nerves or if just a bad snap. Maybe the ball's a little sweaty. Who knows? But
as the Rams come out in the shotgun, 2 tight ends set, 2 receivers left. It's going to be a handoff, and we will likely see a lot of running here in the second half by the Rams as he picks up 2 on the play. With the number on that truck for you in just a minute here as he picks up a missing cleat. As number 28, Michael Runnels on the carry.
2-yard gain there, not bad, not great, not bad, but again, positive yardage. Offensive line taking care of their jobs. Looking at it right now, it's looking like this is about 4, maybe 5 on a stunt. So we got 5 on 4.
As they come out, it's going to be another handoff. And he is stopped at the line of scrimmage, number 24, Jackson Sinful.
And Isaac Magalua is the pulling guard on that play, on that particular play. Just needs to get out there a little bit quicker, just to crack that block out, and give that running back a little bit more of an opportunity to get some space. But I mean, all in all, not a bad play, and it's good that they're running these type of plays with these pulling guards because it's throwing the defense off. It really is.
And you keep that pressure on the defense as they come out in the shotgun once again. 3 receivers, 1 receiver in motion. Number 5 is Cropper as English drops back to pass as it's a jump catch out there by number 24. And Sinful picks up maybe a yard or so on the play, and it brings up 4th down. But again, you're bringing the pressure on the defense. You're continuing to run the ball. You're keeping the clock moving. And what that's really going to do throughout this second half is you're going to wear this defense down, and by the last 8-7 minutes of the ball game, you'll be in total control if you keep running the game plan that the Rams are hoping to run here, wearing out that defense and keeping the clock ticking.
Right, and it's smart to keep the run play going right now. Not too many passing plays. Piggyback on that play, though, great job by number 9, Kano Marshall, seeing the screen, recognizing it, and dropping back to the nice kick.
Good kick now. As this one lands just on the other side of the goal line.
Sorry, got tied up there. But, yeah, it was a good job on his part by reading that play and making the tackle.
So the kick goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback on the punt.
So
2 punts we've seen, and field position right about where it was at the beginning of this half. Ball will come out to the 20.
Scribner's wowed us twice today. On that crazy scramble for 50-some-odd yards for a touchdown, and then that punt was a nice punt.
It was a very good punt. A little tiny bit too much leg on it, but, well, beggars can't be choosers, and, well, right now the Rams sure aren't begging. It's 28-0. As the Panthers come out the pistol, it's going to be a handoff to the left side, and a little bit of second effort on that run doesn't really get him much of anything. As number 2, Talent Burleson, there's a name that we haven't called in a little while, had a big first quarter, not quite as much noise since then. Really, his biggest run was brought back, and it was that first quarter run that we thought was a touchdown on the first possession for the Panthers. It was about a 25-26 yard pickup. He ran to the outside. Turned out there was a hold on it, and the Panthers turned the ball over on downs in that possession, and that's about as good as we've seen this offense click all game for the Panthers. As this is going to be a pass play. He's hit as he throws, catches across the middle. It's going to be for a first down. Pass complete to number 8, Ryan Wilson, and that's a first down for the Panthers.
And we talked about it earlier, too, about personnel and seeing second and third stringers right now. we're getting a lot of that right now as we speak. A lot of defense has been switched out. And we're seeing a lot of the secondary defense, not necessarily second team defense, but a lot of guys in the secondary positions moving in now.
It's going to be a snap, and it's a run play. Doesn't get much of anything. Gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage and not much else, as this Rams defense still just stifling the run up the middle. Can't get anything going if you're the Panthers.
Interesting play call, too, by Sacramento City. Still playing a little bit, in my eyes, a little bit too conservative, being behind 28-0. I understand the passing issue, but I don't know if I'm running it on first down, you know?
Especially at this point in the game and in this spot on the field. With the ball a little bit further upfield, they may not expect that run on first down, but
right.
You know, if you're this far back, you frankly should be passing it, as they're trying to get the play together. 5 seconds on the clock. Man in motion. They're in the shotgun, and now there's going to be, looks like, I think, a timeout on the field. As, yes, there will be a timeout, as Sac City will take a timeout to avoid the penalty. They could not quite get everybody on the line together on the same page.
Makes me wonder what Del Hawkins is telling the D-line right there in the huddle. What exactly is going on through his mind right now. We never really get to touch on a lot of these coaches, like, you know, like Del Hawkins or Rick Scheid or Andrew Brown. I mean, these are all excellent defensive coaches, and they don't get enough credit. You know, Fred Zepeda,
and a lot of years with this team as well. So really getting to know not just the players, but also the coaching staff working together as a unit for so many years really reflects in the performance of their team.
And the offensive staff, you got Wiley Brand, Kai Williams, Zachary Noble, Sean Garrett, excellent coaching staff. And, you know, they don't get enough credit sometimes. We don't get a chance to talk about these gentlemen as much as we like to, you know.
We talk so much about the man under the helmet, we forgot about the man behind the headset.
True. Very true.
Panthers come out in the shotgun, man in motion, tight end. 2 receivers left, now another receiver in motion. It's going to be a pass play over the middle, a screen play over the middle, and it's going to be a big pickup off to the left side. Number 15 on the reception picks up about 20 yards on that play. That pass goes out to Latuli Leka, the tight end, freshman out of Grant High School, and he runs from about the 40 to about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Jalen Jones on the stop for the Rams on that play, and he probably carried Jones for about 2-3 yards on that play. That was a big receiver right there. Yeah. And Jones pretty much just scampered up on his back and wrestled him down to the ground.
Big body tight end. Don't see a tight end on a screenplay too often.
Right.
That kind of was. This is a quick pass off to the left side, a little curl route, and picks up about 6 on the play. Pass complete to number 4, Markel Taylor. It's going to be second and about 4 or 5.
This is the type of offense I was talking about earlier that I thought we would see earlier as well, as far as quick plays, quick passes, not too many run plays. And if you are going to run, you're going to screen, you know, that kind of thing.
A lot of different looks, not necessarily from formation, but in who you're passing to, and the motion, as I speak, motion, and moves from right to left, tight end. As ball snapped, another quick play off to the left side, and it's going to be a first down again, as he's able to pick it up and cross over to about the 30-yard line deep into Rams territory. Now, if you're Fresno City, you're sitting here looking at this lead that you've got, and you can afford a score or two on the scoreboard. You'd rather not, but, you know, if it takes a good 7-8 minutes off the clock, well, frankly, that's still in plus territory if you're Fresno City.
Yeah, you're hoping for the goose egg, but I get where you're coming from. You definitely... I mean, it's not a loss by any means.
You know, and that's about the 3rd time in a row we've seen the same exact pattern off
They're
to the left side.
They're playing soft coverage. So.
Yeah, number 4, Markel Taylor, 3 consecutive receptions out to him. And that's going to bring up a second and short.
And the QB's reading the coverage, and he sees how soft our DBs and corners are playing. So he's going with, you know, what's the quick pass? What's the easiest quick pass?
And in this situation, if you're Fresno City, this is, I would say, the right style of defense to be playing. Don't give up the big play, as this is going to be a run off to the right side. A big hit at the first down line, and he's able to keep going, bounce it out for another 3 yards, and it's a first down. But again, if you're Fresno City, this is kind of what you want to be seeing on defense. Maybe not executed perfectly, but you give up a big play, and that only takes about a minute off the clock. You give up chunk yardage. You're still taking time off the clock, and with a 4-possession lead, well, it's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, on that last play, too, I think when they spun that running back around, his knee might have came down, but it didn't get caught by the Zebras.
Yeah,
so.
He was pretty close to coming down as he runs back to the right side, and another pickup for number 2, Talon Burleson. And Burleson now running like he was in the first quarter as the Panthers look to try to hurry it up a little bit here. Number 10, Jason Wilson running back to the line, trying to get his men back in line. As the Rams had a defensive sub come off, and they were trying to maybe catch them with an extra man on the field. And instead, it's another handoff to the right side, and this time, not a whole lot of real estate, but I think he did get enough for the first down on that run play.
Worst part of it is that you're thinking prevent them from getting in the end zone, but you also prevent yourself from playing good defense, And at this point right now, I'm stacking now. We're inside the 5 or close to inside the 5. I'm stacking now, and I'm keeping close coverage. And there you go. See, you're getting close coverage now. You got 4 on the line now. You got 2. You got your Mike and your Joker backs, your middle linebackers.
Ball snapped. It's going to be a handoff to the left side. Runs up the middle, number 2, and he cuts right back to the middle and a touchdown. So that's the first points on the board for Sac City as Talon Burleson runs it to the left side and picks up the 6-yard touchdown run. And so again, the first points on the board for Sac City as like there was a player hurt, Latuli Leka. Kind of helped off the field. Not going to have a stoppage, but have to keep an eye on him as the Panthers take the field next time on offense, as they'll look for the extra point.
And missed tackles. We just saw 2 missed tackles right now that gave that running back the opportunity to score that run. Hopefully we can tighten it up. And hopefully, the guys that are playing defense right now, they might not be starters. They might be starters.
As the extra point almost blocked as number 52, Josh Wilson, got in there, dove for the ball, almost got a hand on it, but not quite able to get it as we see on the replay. There's the run play, and we do see a couple broken missed tackles as Talon Burleson just able to run it to the left side and score.
I love that Del Hoggins went out to greet him when he was coming back for the effort. The effort alone was worth the pat on the back in a sense,
Well, the effort was definitely there. He missed getting a hand on that ball by a fraction of a second.
Literally. Now here's a chance for Fresno City to respond. And basically, you put 7 up on us. We had some of our secondary and third string guys in there right now. But again, this is a very young team, 63 freshmen on this roster,
Very young team. It was something that Coach Caviglia mentioned the other day.
Yeah, so you got to think, it took them that long to get to the end zone on this defense without our starters.
Yeah, the kick, it's another little squib kick, and that's the second time we've seen that today.
We'll take it. Excellent field position, 35-yard line.
Run backs, yeah.
Sinfeld on the return for City.
That was Sinfeld on the return to about the 35, 36-yard line. So if they're gonna give them up, the Rams will take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one less first down if you think about it. 35-yard line instead of 25-yard line on the touchback, and they'll take those extra 10 yards.
The 35.
So we'll see what the Rams have here. I do see number 3, Christian English, coming back out there. As we've not yet seen Yajay Vance. He had a fantastic first half. And again, talking to Coach Caviglia yesterday, mentioned that they would be riding the hot hand, and but that he did want to get everybody playing time. So he comes out, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, drops back to pass. Short pass over the middle, incomplete. Pass intended for number 87, J.C. Turner on the play. That's 2nd and 10.
Looking for J.C. Turner, incomplete.
English will get it right. It's just going to take him a little bit to get control of the offense, but Coach C has a lot of faith in him, and and he's got good. He's got good feet. He's got good leg. Good leg work. He's got a great arm. It's just got, we just need to build that positivity, and again, we got to go back to execution. He's got to execute.
Definitely, and he hasn't had the most fantastic last game as a pass off to the left side, and it is completely open. Number 18 on the catch, Malachi Barnes, a huge pickup, and you just said he's got an arm on him. There's that arm. So, boy, I was just about to mention his last game that he did not have a terribly good performance in. Went 2 of 3 with a negative yardage on the line. Well, there's a positive yardage on that play as they flip the field. Ball now spotted at the 25-yard line for a Rams first down, and they are once again knocking on the door of a score in Panthers territory.
He's got to get comfortable. Great job by the offensive line, giving him time to find that open receiver, making his check downs. Great job of that time by the offensive line.
Part of everything is getting in a rhythm, and we'll see if they can stay in it here as this first down run is going to pick up maybe 2. Jordan Colbert on the play. Again, picks up about 2.
Colbert with the carry.
And it's going to be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 9. Looks like a little bit less than 2.
I love the running back's body language. After every running back that's had the ball today, they get tackled to get back up, and it's like, all right, give me the ball again,
Let's go. Keep feeding me the ball. Let's move this thing upfield, north-south.
That's exactly what you want right now. You want that attitude from your running backs, And you want that hunger,
Oh, and you see the Rams now kind of almost slowing the game down a little bit. 10 seconds, 9 on the play clock as they're using that extra time. Quick pass up to the right side, back to the running back who was in motion, and it's not going to be a pickup of really anything. Back to the line of scrimmage, if that. We're mentioning, Christian English, just kind of getting into a rhythm as, he looks to get back into a rhythm here. Had a tough outing last week against Modesto, but, the previous game against San Mateo, he was the leading passer, 136 yards through the air and 2 touchdowns. So he's got the arm behind him. He's just getting the rhythm, and, we got to see Vance in a very good rhythm in the first half. We'll see if English can pick up that rhythm here in the second.
And these Texas quarterbacks, they have like a no fear clause when they throw it deep.
Drops back. He's got some pressure coming now. Rolls to his left. He's going to throw it to his left, and it's batted away by the defense. Dangerous pass there, but really dangerous play all around. As number 21, Rasheem Perry, on the pass defense there, and it's going to bring up 4th down. So we'll see. The Rams run out the kicking unit. Well, keep an eye out here because Dean Scrivener on the field.
He'll be holding.
He's
holding.
Yeah, he's holding. So, I suppose we got 2 kickers, kicking and holding, and one of them used to be a quarterback. So, keep your head on a swivel. Scrivener's already pulled the trick play once. As Liam Peterson on to attempt the kick. Relatively decent yardage on the kick. About 42 yards on the field goal attempt. This snap is down. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is through the uprights. Boy, that ball had some air underneath it, but the air ended up in the right place between the uprights, and it is 31-7 after the kick. 42 yards on the field goal.
But a good way to answer back on the 7. It wasn't 7 for 7, but you're up 28-7, and you get 3 more on the board. That's positive.
If you're trading 3s for 7s, you're going to get through the next 19 minutes of this ball game.
Right.
Especially if your 3s are taking that much time off the clock.
Absolutely.
And it didn't take a ton of time off the clock, but it took enough to run it down a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And again, if you're on defense, you almost know not necessarily exactly what's going to come, but they are going to be thinking pass. They're going to have to be thinking chunk yardage, really for the next several possessions. And the other thing that you had mentioned, you're not necessarily seeing all of the starters in on defense, so they come back in, in the next possession.
Which is a blessing for Fresno City, because we get to see other people play. We get to see other people in other scenarios. You get to see other plays being run by guys that wouldn't normally run those plays, and we talked about emptying the bag earlier today, and that's kind of what's going on right now, Coach is giving these guys opportunities to kind of empty that bag out. This is what you've been practicing. Let's see what you got on this play.
And you never want to anticipate or fear injury, but the thing also moving forward is you're in conference play, and you're going to be in conference play the rest of the year. And after this game, if things go the way they are supposed to, well, they appear to be going, well, you're going to be 1-1 in conference. Keeping those starters fresh and healthy, very important factor at this point in the season.
Absolutely.
The kick is a short kick again, bounces out. And there's a flag in the backfield, and I think I know where that flag came from. There was a little bit of roughhousing going on down there. I saw a Ram down, and he got pounced, I think, by a Panther as the run went out to the left side, about the 26-27 yard line. But we'll see what the penalty is, because I have a feeling I know what this is going to be. Saw a Rams blocker go down, and then as soon as he went down, it was like a feast. Saw a Panther pounce on him. As we'll get the call on the field.
Fresno back up. Team. I'm sorry. Receiving team, number 26. After this is to the goal.
And indeed, that is going to be a personal foul. A little bit of technical glitching there with the
I think we
call.
need new batteries.
Yeah, may need to do a mic check either way.
Yeah.
Might have to do a field position check as the Panthers get pushed all the way back to their own 13-yard line. And again, I saw Rams blocker go down, and as soon as he went down, the Panthers player just pounced on him. So, either way, it is a 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. The Panthers in the shadow of their own old goal posts. As the rush gets to the quarterback as he throws, and it's incomplete, out of bounds. So Wilson
took a shot on that play.
Took a hard shot from him. And if one Ram hadn't given the shot, the other one would have been right there to dish it out too, as they broke through that offensive line of the Panthers on 1st down.
Scary factor there was the old line gave him that much time to throw the ball. That was a lot of time, Ben.
It was a lot of time, but they didn't bring a heavy rush on that play. That was the thing that I did notice.
They brought 4, but you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
As 2nd and 10, it's going to be a handoff to the right side. Now he bounces back to the left, now back to the right, and only picks up about a yard or 2. In fact, if that. Yeah, he is stuffed at the line, it looks. And it's going to be a 3rd and 10. This Rams defense standing stout. Just over 3.5 minutes left.
If I'm Sac City's coach right now, I'm like, hey, get on the line. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, that huddle would not be happening.
No.
In the headset saying, let's get this thing moving. And if you're the Rams, you're saying, no, let's run this thing down to 4, 3, 2 seconds on that play clock. Let's see what you got. Panthers come out in a 4 wide set, man in the backfield. As that's still Wilson under center. Takes the snap, looking left. Now looks to his right, and he's got a couple Rams in his face. Now he's got another one. He throws to the right side, and he just gets this thing out of the way. He falls as he throws, but Rams defender on that play, making it very obvious he did not intend to do any harm. And speaking of harm, there is a Ram down on the field favoring his left leg. We'll get you a number on that player in just a minute. There's an injury timeout. In the meantime, it is 4th down, 4th and 10, as the Rams defense standing very strong here, as they've had a really great performance overall this game. This defense has. Gino, what can you tell me really about this defense and overall, regardless, 1st string, 2nd string, whichever, player on the depth chart's in, what can you tell me about what you're seeing on this defense in the second half?
Well, be assignment heavy in the mind. Remember where you need to be. You can't make every play, but you do need to make a play. And as a defensive player, whether you're 1st, 2nd, 3rd string, it doesn't matter. You got to, A, know your assignment when you get into play. B, you got to execute your assignment. And C, you got to know where you're at. You literally got to know where you're at. You got to know where the ball's at too. And I think at this point, these guys they're figuring that out for sure. They're definitely figuring that out. And I like the fact that it's not just 11 guys figuring out; it's 27 guys figuring it out.
Yes.
That foul's declined.
So that was Tavita Leka Tukamaka on the injured Ram. He is up on his feet, walking around. So we'll hope to see him back on the field shortly, but we'll hope we get to see the entire defense take a little bit of a break as the punting unit's on for the Panthers. They went nowhere on that drive. They are exactly where they started at the 13-yard line, and after a big penalty, like they had on the kick return, that personal foul, well, the Rams looking to take advantage of that, and they've been doing nothing but take advantage this game as this kick is off the side of his foot. Not a terribly good punt, fielded at the 48-yard line, and runs it back to about the 42 on the return. That was number 23, Andrew Chavez. And that is where the Rams will take over at the 42-yard line of the Panthers.
Yeah, Zion Breedlove, number 32, is lucky he didn't get a penalty for a little extracurricular on the outside there. He made, he pushed our guy out of, he pushed our guy out of field, but there was a little bit too much after that. I mean, I think they're letting them get away with that stuff.
Once you're over the sideline, you're over the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, once you get off, they're letting them get away with a little too much on that. That's usually when people get hurt too, is when you let them get away with that kind of stuff.
Well, we've seen a couple people not get away with things earlier this game, so it's something that you'd almost want to keep an eye on as the Rams come out. English back on for his third drive of the game as handoff goes to Hedrickton. And he picks up about 4 or 5 on the play.
Hedrington with the run.
And it's going to be 2nd and 5. As now there's a Panther down on the field.
No word on Noe Felix just yet. We haven't found out if he's okay or not as far as, obviously he's okay. He was able to limp off the field, but we don't know the extent of his injury. But our thoughts are with him right now, and we're thinking about him. And Noe, hopefully you're back on the field before you know it.
Definitely. I saw him down on the trainer's table earlier. I don't see him on the sidelines. Though I did see him, I believe he had taken his jersey off. So, and with this type of a lead, even if he was questionable or possibly healthy, well, I would almost opt to, just on the safe side, keep him out of it at the very least for now, if sure, he was even close to being ready. As the Rams, 2nd and 6, and after the injury timeout, they will take over, or I guess retain possession, maintain this drive, keep it going on the 38-yard line. Just over 2.5 minutes left in this third quarter, 2 minutes and 38 seconds. The Rams come out. And again, after the injury timeout, they are back out and ready to play. Shotgun set for English. Tight end in motion. 3 receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Now the tight end takes up a receiver spot. Yeah, this ball is going to be a handoff to the left side. Up the middle, a big pickup. And number 28 on the carry, Michael Runnels. A first down. And all the way out to the 30-yard line of the Sac City Panthers.
Great job on the offensive tackle securing that block, giving him the opportunity to cut back on that play and make those yards. Again, offensive line execution, and if anything, after this game, I mean, it's not one of those games you pat yourself on the back. You look at it and you say, okay, we did our job. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of how I think the mentality's got to be. A
little bit of a tighter shotgun set here this time as the handoff goes up the middle. Another pickup of about 3 or 4 yards, and another steady first down pickups. And really, that's what we've seen a lot of today, is just consistent first down pickups by this Fresno City offense. And it hasn't been necessarily flashy all the time, but it has it's gotten the job done.
Mm-hmm. And we're seeing the ball move by different players, which is again another positive. We got another running back in there checking in now.
And that is something that Coach Caviglia talked about a bit yesterday when we spoke, is getting different hands on the ball, getting different touches for different running backs. This is a play-action fake, and now off to the right side. English passes, wide open man on the right, and it's complete off to the right side. There is a flag on the left side on the near side of the field. We'll see what that's for. The way the pass was complete.
I almost want to say it was defensive holding on that outside receiver, but I could be wrong.
And again, that's a hold that's far away from where the play is going. Right. So if that is a holding call on the defense.
Downfield, 66.
Oh, it was an
illegal man downfield.
Legal receiver downfield. Legal man downfield.
One of the linemen got got a little too antsy to get downfield to help out.
I was going to say, if that was a call on the defense being on this side of the field with the ball going to the other side, I was going to have you go down there and talk to them yourselves, because that would have been a little embarrassing play. Instead, it's a little bit of egg on the face of the Rams here. It's 2nd and 12 now after the penalty.
Yeah, it's the left guard, Jacob Barbaros. He executed his block, and then he was going for the secondary block, which is what you want your guy to do. But you got to remember, when you're in a passing scheme, you got to kind of hesitate, you know.
And another play action instead. This is going to be a quarterback keeper. English picks up about 8 or 9 yards on the play. Good run. And, you know, when you're looking at the running back, assuming he's going to be the one with the ball all the time, well, the quarterback takes off with it. Defense don't know who's hanging on to it.
Yeah, the RPOs are really cool to watch sometimes. And quarterbacks love them, too, because they have so many different things you can do, you know. There's so many different players out there that you can work with and scheme with. So.
It's one where you can't have a greedy quarterback. You get your greedy quarterback, he's got to be ready to dish that ball off, but English picked the right time to hang on to it that time. As that is going to do it for the third quarter. And, you know, like I said, Gino, you keep the ball rolling, you keep the clock rolling, and this game's going to be over before you know it, as the Rams lead 31-7 heading into the fourth. And, you know, something that I was thinking about, you know, a little while ago when it comes to this offense. Well, the way that the Rams offense is running, you know, you score 3 against the 7. It keeps you ahead. But the bottom line is the offense, I think, held the ball for, you know, a good 8 minutes in that quarter alone. And that's exactly what you need right now if you're Fresno City. You need to just maintain possession as much as you can, run as much time off the clock, and really keep that defense on the sidelines so that they're fresh when they come back on the field. They can get your offense right back on the field.
Sure, and literally, if you think about it, too, I mean, you're going to look at a box score, you're going to see, you know, Sac City 7, Fresno City 3, and you're going to wonder, well, why were they only able to score 3? But like you said, possession of the ball and doing what they did, driving the ball the way they did, I mean, that alone is a victory in that third quarter.
Exactly.
You know? You're up 28-0 going into the third quarter, and you only give up 7. You're in a good position, you know. And, again, ball control is the key, and guess what? We're going into the fourth quarter. Rams have ball possession.
And speaking of position, great field position, too, for the Rams as they start the fourth quarter on the Panthers' 23-yard line. 3rd and 3 to start the fourth quarter of action as we are back underway here from Ratcliffe Stadium on YouTube, Comcast Channel 94, AT&T Channel 99. Thank you for tuning in to Rams football, as this 3rd and 3 pass attempt to the right side is complete over the right side to number 5. Another pass to Marquise Cropper. Cropper. And a first down for Fresno City. The ball comes all the way out to the 13-yard line. And they are back into the red zone, and that seems like a spot that they have spent a lot of this afternoon in. The 14-yard line. Not the 13, but either way, in the red zone.
Cropper, product out of Sanger High School, and we were talking about in the beginning of the program how cool it is that these two teams, for the first time they ever met, was in Sanger for a bowl game. I think that's so cool, man. I dig that stuff.
All the way back in 1958, this team almost with a 70-year history at this point, as first down play is going to be a screen over the middle. Number 37. Oh, he catches it, and he just tosses it in the air. I'm not sure what was happening on that play. Comes down with the screen, and then just tosses the ball into the air, and now there's a man down, the man who came up with what I would assume would be a fumble recovery.
Definitely a fumble recovery, but it looked like he got punched out.
Amani Sua, I saw his hands go up. I didn't see the ball or the punch motion, but I think there was an attempted punch motion on the play on the run back, and that's what got the return man down. We'll take a look here as on the other side of the play. He just reached in there and tried to punch the ball, and I can't quite tell where that caught him. I think that was number 18.
Anati comes up with the football.
Fereni Fa'aniti. Wait, you talked about butchering names earlier. I apologize. The area.
After the interception, personal foul against the returning team. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
So there was a flag on the play. after that, I believe the official may have misspoke. I don't think that was on the return team. I think that foul was against the Rams, it would appear, as they're marching the ball down the field. And he did rule that an interception. I guess maybe that ball was never secured
I guess
on
not.
that screenplay. But he took a bunch of steps before that ball came loose. I tended to agree with you. I thought that looked more fumble than anything. But as it stands, ball at the 48-yard line as the Panthers take over after the turnover, that's for sure. Interception or fumble, it was a turnover. As the ball is snapped, it's going to be a fake. And now a deep pass to the right side, and he's got a man wide open, but overthrown. And so number 10, Jason Wilson, getting a little bit too amped up there, going after his receiver.
Jason Wilson looking for Ryan Wilson.
Receiver Ryan Wilson.
Second down.
So Wilson unable to complete the pass to Wilson, and he was wide open on that play. And boy, that was that chunk yardage that I was talking about in the third quarter that you do not want to give up if you're Fresno City here late in the game and you're trying to ice this thing.
Yeah, and Jamari Carter, number 7 on the outside, him and the safety are talking about that play right now. Once he settled in on the inside, that was a safety issue, and they weren't playing man.
So. Big man in the backfield. And they have got him wrapped up for a sack. 4 Fresno City Rams get into the backfield. And they take down Jason Wilson. Loss of about 6 on the play. And it's a 3rd and very long for the Panthers.
Great pursuit. Now you got to play soft, not necessarily soft zone, but you definitely want to play zone so you don't get beat deep like we almost did earlier.
So on 3rd and now 16, with just under 13 and a half minutes left to play in this ball game, as the Rams firmly in control.
Sending
Panthers
4
come
guys
out in the shotgun, and maybe a 5th.
Maybe a 5th.
They bring someone up to the line. No, they will drop him back, and now it's going to be a run play. They're just going to play a conservative, and he will run off to the right side. That's number 27, Jack Carner, on the carry. Pretty decent pickup, as he runs it out to about the 49-yard line. As, believe it or not, they have not been able to get onto the Rams side of the field.
No, and they got to bring the kicking team out too, because field position, isn't ideal for Sac City to give up the ball right there.
Now, at this point, are you playing the field position game and hoping you can get a quick turnover to come back, or is this Sac City just kind of saying, hey, we're down 4 scores, we're punting it, and that's pretty much the ball game?
I mean, you literally got to think too what's going on in Sac.
Oh, a fair catch.
In the coach's mind at Sac City right now, you know, you're behind by so much right now. You know, you're literally back 24 points. You got 12 minutes on the clock. You're maybe going to get the ball twice, maybe 3 times if you're lucky.
Maximize those possessions.
Right. So that's still only 21 points if you think about it. So, you know, at this point, you're looking of just trying to keep Fresno City from scoring at this point. You know, on something like that, especially when you're midfield and you got nothing to lose at this point. You know.
You never want to call a game before it's over, but
no.
it's definitely
Absolutely.
Tilted heavily in the Rams' favor right now as Jacob English leading the squad back onto the field. Again, we've seen all English in the second half, but that's really all they've needed is Yajay Vance having a fantastic first half, getting these Rams ahead 28-0 at halftime, and since then they've put 3 on the board, but that's all they've needed. As English comes out. Quick pass off to the left side. It's incomplete. It bounced on the ground.
So that stopped the clock, unfortunately, but
English looking for Brown.
You get a good run play on this next play, and we're back in business.
I'm kind of curious about that first down pass play myself there, especially given that it was really a screen play. Looked like they were trying to set up just a little bit too low of a pass. And
there's that bag again, Ben. Pulling stuff out of the bag, you know. Let's try this play, or let's try that play. Yeah, exactly.
You know, when you're up by this much also in conference play, you might as well test it out and see what you got. As second down, it's going to be a quick pass. He rolls out to the right side. A catch made, bobbled catch by number 44. That's Jack Kirby, the tight end. Picks up about 4 yards, but stays in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. So you said run play, he said pass play. Either way, the clock's moving.
Yeah, Yeah, you got 3rd down and 5 now. It says 6 on the board, but it's a long 5, I guess. I honestly wouldn't mind going back to that same play, just the opposite side.
Get some extra running room to the far side.
Right, and you got all that space on the outside. Safety's way too back to stop it.
He does come up in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. He's looking left. Now he looks back to the right, throws to the right, and it's going to be almost complete. Boy, he had a hand on that one, but incomplete. Good coverage there by number 7, Mason McFarland, on the defense.
Malachi Barnes that time almost one-handed that ball.
I saw he just about, like I said, he had a hand on it. But,
yeah.
And, to force a receiver to attempt to one-hand it, well, again, have to give credit to the defense on that play. Very good coverage there by McFarland. Clean coverage, not getting the pass interference call as well. And it'll bring up a 4th down.
And the punt team will come in. Scribner is going to be back this time. I don't see a fake coming, but I do see Scribner trying to break his record. I think it's 72 or 71 yards.
Well, I don't know. He does only have 6 yards to go for this fake. He went 71 the last time.
Yeah.
This one's a kick, and this one will be a kick. It gets out to about the 30. He boots it. Number 7, he won on the on the return team. He boots it. And so just after making a fantastic defensive play, Mason McFarland boots the catch and nearly turns the ball over. It rolls out of bounds at the 42. But almost disaster.
I don't even know where to begin on that one. I mean, bring in the clown music for that one.
That kick didn't quite have as much on it as you'd hope if you were Scribner, but boy, it almost had what you hope if you're the Rams.
I'm like, what are you thinking? I don't know.
And a kick like that, where you're positioned on the field at the 38-yard line, not the 42-yard line. At the 38-yard line, you're already in decent field position if you just fair catch it. You come up, you start moving around a bit before you catch the ball, your head's bobbling, and then you catch the ball, and, well, you don't catch the ball. But either way, shotgun set now for Wilson. He hands the ball off, and it's a pickup of maybe a yard. And this Rams defense still stuffing that offensive line up the middle, really making it almost impossible to run the ball up the gut this whole game.
Antonio Castro with a great tackle that time. It was almost textbook, the way he stood him up for a second there and allowed his other fellow Rams to come in and help him on the tackle. That was just awesome.
Hold him up long enough to get that second effort as it's 2nd and 9 now. As Wilson in the shotgun. It's going to be a fake handoff. Throws over the right side on the slant route, and it's caught over the middle for a 1st down. Pass complete to number 5. Looked like Marco Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph had a great job holding on to the ball. That was a quick pass over the middle.
It was a good job holding on to the ball, and also a good job, on the offense of Wilson for finding the hole in the zone, really between the secondary. As it sets up a fresh set of downs on the Rams side of the field, and it's a handoff up the middle, pick up again of only about 2. And once again, this Rams team making it difficult to run the ball, especially up the gut, as number 29 on the play, Vontrell Waffer, not really able to get a whole lot of yardage, picks up only 2.
Second down.
And it's 2nd and 8. Panthers come out, once again, little pistol set, man in motion. It's a tight end, left to right, 3 receivers, 2 left, 1 right. And now there's going to be a flag on the play as the whistle blows the play dead before ball is snapped.
Ball start. Offense
marches backwards, and
5-yard penalty.
If you're the Panthers, that's what you don't want to see, but if you're the Rams, that's what you want to force. So you want to force penalties and force mistakes late in this ball game.
2nd and 13, 9 minutes and 42 as the clock ticks. And Sac City's going to have a long bus ride home, Ben.
24-point lead.
And if there's construction on the 99, no, it's even worse.
Well, could be worse. Could be raining. Could be foggy.
Yeah.
This one's a pass incomplete off to the right side. And your receiver, number 5, Joseph, looking for the flag on the play after the play, but, I think you're going to get a flag on that play. Was no ill intent, as it looked like number 26, Dylan McCarthy, just bumped into him after the play. No ill intent. And it's a 3rd and long, 3rd and 13. And so now, Gino, do you think they're in 4-down territory?
Nope. I honestly, there's still 9 minutes on the clock. I mean, granted, like we said, you're still down 4 scores, in a sense, but
sure.
Field possession-wise, no.
Shotgun pass, quick pass off to the left side, and he bounces off his own guys there. Number 29 on the reception, running back Vontrell Waffer. He picks up maybe 6, maybe 5 on the play, but it's going to be 4th down.
4th and 9.
So 4th and 9 from the 40 for 45.
4th down.
And they're going for it.
And it would appear that they are going for it. So Gino, we'll see if you're, for the Rams' sake, we'll hope you're right, that they shouldn't be going for. As he comes out in the shotgun, one of the last chances, I would say, for this offense to really make something happen. 4 receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, as they look to the sideline, changing the play. And now a timeout's called. Couldn't get the play all on the same page there, and that's why it's tough to go for that on 4th down too, is because you need such a high percentage chance play. And getting that high percentage chance play perfect before the defense lines up and having it still show up as perfect after the defense lines up are 2 different stories.
Right, and you're thinking personnel too. You also got to think that maybe the play that they called was the right play, but they didn't have the right characters out there for the play, So that could have been one of the coaches' things, like, maybe this kid wasn't very successful in practice on this play. We're going to try and do a different route, or maybe we'll get somebody in there who was more successful on this, type thing. But regardless, it's going to be 4th and 9, and Rams got to play tough defense right now to get the ball back and just kill the clock. Literally kill the clock, run the ball, kill the clock. I'd like to see another deep pass, Ben. That's just me.
Oh, who doesn't? Well, probably the Panthers. I'd say they wouldn't like to see it, but
I'm sure.
If you're wearing red or sitting on this side of the stadium, I'm pretty sure you're open for it.
I would like to see English at least let one go today, just to see, just to see what timing he's got with with whoever he chooses.
And again, to build up a little bit of confidence after not really getting to see the field that much, a week ago against Modesto, only going 2 of 3 and a negative yardage on the line score, -4.
Even if it's on 1st down.
As here's a shotgun play, 5 receivers, so you know exactly what Wilson is thinking as he drops back to pass. He has got the house coming after him, and he shakes the house. He's able to shake every defender in the backfield, and he's still brought down just as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. And that was about as bad of a success as you're going to see, as they got 5 men. They brought the house, and now there's a flag on the sidelines. There's something said on the sidelines after the play on the Rams side. But, boy, he was chased by about 5-6 different Rams, and they just decided, let's bring the house against the 5-wide set and see what happens. And they had him wrapped up about probably 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he was able to shake all of them. That's the bad side of the story. The good side is they still got him in the backfield for a sack.
And you got to credit your DBs and you got to credit your DBs and safeties.
Unsportsmanlike
for
on the bench for Fresno.
Oh no!
That's a 15-yard foul from the end of the run. 1st down, Fresno.
Basically, credit the defensive secondary for doing their job and making it really tough for the quarterback to even look downfield, Because he had plenty of time when he was running away from us.
Well, how could he look downfield? He had 5 bodies in his face. Got your hands up in the air, and there's nothing he can do.
Well, you got 5 behind you. There's 6 out there still.
Somewhere out there.
Right. So
just going to have to heave it up and pray at that point,
those 6 are actually doing their jobs.
They definitely were. So after the penalty, the Rams will still have the ball, but the penalty was on the Rams bench. Someone, I think, said something down there that should not have been said, as Rams will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line now.
And knowing Coach, that'll be addressed in the locker room also.
We'll have a conversation about that.
Right.
And when you have this big of a lead, you can have those serious conversations. If you're walking it off on a last-minute touchdown pass, you're more joyful than angry. Well, now you can kind of, lay into the guys a little bit, say, hey, we're up by 24 points. There's no reason for that. As number 39, Clemson Clantave on the run off to the right side. Picks up about 8.
I love the body language from these running backs today, too. Colbert's down there coaching his guys, you know. Got another running back in there again, a new running back. We're seeing the bevy of running backs today.
Kentabe, the freshman out of University High, is still in the backfield. He's on for his second snap.
Loving it. It'd be great to see if Baker maybe gets to touch the ball.
And that is David Marquez out there as well under center at the quarterback position now.
That run is good.
Another Brandon Baker, another Sanger product.
Another first down for the Rams as they move it just to the other side of the sticks. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line now. Clock continues to run just over 7.5 minutes. They'll be under 7:30 by the time the ball is snapped.
If I'm not mistaken, Fresno City holds a 31-11 total win-loss against Sac City.
Well, it's about to be 32-11, and this is about to be their 14th consecutive win against the Sac City team, as this one's a run off to the left side, picks up about 5 or 6 on the play, and it'll bring up second down. And so again, this Fresno City team dominant in this matchup, really since 58.
Reynolds taking the handoff.
So something to keep in mind is all 13 of those wins, well, Coach Tony's been here for all of them. They've won 13 straight since 1993. Of course.
Bo Farmer coming way down on the bottom of this set here. This offensive line here.
About as far as you're going to see.
Yeah. He's got single coverage.
A bit of a pistol set as a little extra man to the line, and now that extra man didn't do too much as the Rams are stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the run. It's going to keep it 3rd and 4 now.
First net by McFarland.
So the good news on that play is the clock keeps running.
3rd down.
And the bad news is no gain, but still 3rd and 4. Rams hoping to ice this game right here. You know, if you're a Fresno City fan, or if you're standing on the sidelines as a defender, you're saying, you know what, boys, stay out there. Let's just run these last 5.5 minutes off and come out of here with a 1-1 conference record. Rams once again coming out in the shotgun. Men in motion, and now there's a timeout on the field. Timeout Rams. So just over 5.5 minutes left to play here in the 4th quarter. Thanks for tuning in. Rams football, it's been all Rams all day.
Yes, sir. Yes, it has. And fortunately for the Rams, this is going to be a very nice victory today. You know, 5 minutes, 34 seconds off the clock from now. Of course, we're talking about it, but you go into the locker room, you say, okay, guys, we're 3 and 4 now. We've got 3 conference games left. All opponents that not necessarily are going to be easy by any means, but they're definitely teams that we can get if we, stick to our game plan, stick to what we know, stick to who we are, and execute like we did today. If we execute like we did today, there's a good chance we could be 6 and 4 at the end of the season.
Well, when you talk about execution, and really this Rams team, for the most part, we'd spoken before the game, this is a team that could very easily be 5 and 1. This is a very talented roster, and you saw how they played, in their previous game here at home against San Mateo. And that's the number 1 team in California. And they put up a fight. Really that end score is it doesn't do justice to how well they played that game, as this one is kept by the quarterback keeper as Marquez runs to the right onto the Panther side of the ball, or Panther side of the field, to about the 41-yard line, 42-yard line for a first down, and the Rams keep the clock moving. But again, we were talking earlier about this team could very easily be over 500. with the roster and the talent that they have. Last week, really just kind of a mismatch and just, poor execution on the run defense side of the ball. They've cleaned that up this week, and they're about to pull even to 500 in conference play. So, this is a roster that's not one to be, it's not one to be slept on. This is definitely a talented Fresno City football roster.
Right. I was wondering if on that break right now that he got the first down, I'm wondering if he realized that he had two receivers wide open.
As he takes this one again by himself and runs about another 6-7 yards.
Rasheem Perry on the tackle there. Well, not even a tackle. He pushed him out of bounds. It looked like he almost punched him in the helmet.
I saw that. Yeah, I was thinking you're maybe a little bit too close to the face mask. Yeah.
Let's keep winding that clock down.
Didn't quite punch him in the helmet, but boy, these Rams have come out and they have punched these Panthers in the mouth today. 31-7. Our score, just over 4 minutes left in this game. Possibly going to be under 4 minutes by the time the ball is snapped. About a 4-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. As the Rams in no rush to get this ball snapped. They come out in the pistol set. 3 seconds on the game play clock. It's snapped. It's going to be a draw play by the quarterback. Runs it to the right side, and that's 3 consecutive runs by the quarterback, David Marquez. And boy, at this point, we're going to see Marquez line up in the backfield alongside Christian English or Yache Vance. As it's another first down for the Rams. They keep the clock moving, and boy, at this point they are jingling the keys to warm up the bus for that Sac City Panthers team.
Ball now on the 30.
Yeah, the Panthers have definitely fallen to the Rams today, and rightfully so. I mean, the whole thing was won on the on the line of scrimmage, and the offensive line executed above and beyond today. And not taking anything away from Sac City. They have a very good program. They have excellent ball players. But today the Rams were a little bit better.
Yeah. As the Rams looking to get on the same page, they ran it all the way down to 1 second and then called timeout. So just over 3 minutes, 3 minutes 9 seconds left on the clock on this homecoming Saturday, as the Rams showing this pretty good crowd out here on a Saturday afternoon. And beautiful weather, boy, for a game. 81 and sunny, and you could not ask for a clearer, more blue sky day. See all the way to the mountains. As long as that rain stays away on Saturdays. Right?
I thought it was funny when I was talking to Coach a couple of weeks ago. He was telling me that he talks to the quarterback, through the headset. And I just wonder, some of the conversations those two have. What's going on, and what Vance is thinking, or what any of the guy, just what Marquez is thinking, or I don't know. I love the coach quarterback banter, It's pretty funny.
You're going to ask what you're having for dinner after the game.
Right, that's it. That's right. How'd you get to the park? How'd you get to the field today?
Where'd you park? Yeah.
Well, it's homecoming, too, so, he's probably telling him to play well in front of your family.
This one is going to be a pass off to the right, and that's the first attempt, it looks like, for Marquez. And it falls incomplete off to the right. So we're talking about
to throw it again.
Hey, why not? You have 3:06, and at this point, really, there's not enough time for Sac City to mount a comeback. You may as well see what Marquez has in that arm. Give him a few reads, and Coach Tony did say that he was going to try to play everybody. He wanted to get David Marquez some time today, and this is the perfect situation to get him some really free football, free reps.
Yeah, literally.
As he comes out in the shotgun, 2 tight ends right. It's going to be a handoff to the right side. And a pickup of maybe 2, and that'll bring up 3rd and 8. So again, you're talking about, quarterbacks speaking with coaches, through the headset, and both of us, coming from Fresno with the Grizzlies, that's where we met. I can't remember the name of them, but did you talk to? There was a pitching coach with the Fresno Grizzlies once who came out for a mound visit, and he told his pitcher, who was struggling at the time, told his pitcher, hey, do you want to build your house in Fresno? And then he turned right around and walked off. So, your AAA squad looking to come up to the big leagues at the time. He sent the message. Wondered if that's ever been said in the helmet. Hey, you want to sit on the bench next game? Complete this next one. And that's complete to the left side. And pick up to J.C. Turner, wide receiver out of Hanford High, freshman. And so you're getting some freshmen some time in here now as he picks it up. And that should bring us to the 2-minute clock.
What I like the most about that, Ben, is last play, last pass wasn't great. Let's get back to that. Let's forget about the last pass and let's get back to something.
And you fed it exactly the way you want to if you are calling the play up, as the last pass went off to the right side, incomplete, and that's where the defense thought the ball was going. Well, what'd you notice on that? He rolled a rollout. Came out to his right and rolled back out to the left. That kept the left side of the field a little bit more open for him on that reception. So good thinking also on the strategy side if you're running the offensive schemes. So we've come to the 2-minute warning here at Ratcliffe Stadium. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been a fantastic game. If you are a Rams fan, 31-7 our score with 2 minutes left in this ball game. And we'll see what the Rams decide to do here, whether they'll just kind of take a knee and let this one go, or if they're going to allow David Marquez to maybe get a score, push that thing up a little bit further. Would you call that running the clock, Gino?
Yeah, I mean, you're running. You got 2 minutes on the clock. I'm not even necessarily worried about putting the ball in the end zone at this point. I'm more worried about not giving the ball up and running these 2 minutes out the way we want to run it out.
Well, but if you're giving David Marquez the chance to get another score in there, well, you're running with purpose. I think is where you're saying.
You're right.
You have a purpose for it. It's not like you still have Yajay Vance, who was just knifing up the defense in the first half.
True.
So, either way, Marquez comes out in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff to the right side. Runs backwards, does number 39. Oh, and he's hit hard as he tries for a second effort. He is dropped for a loss of about 7 on that play. That's number 39, Gimson Cantave, as he is hit hard in the backfield. Pops back up. Just a little bit of got lost in the backfield, it looked like there, as the clock continues to roll. Just over 1:30.
Got a little personnel change here. Big 9-4's coming in too. Jackie Burden, tight end from Memorial.
You have a feeling you know what this play is going to be?
Yeah, we're student body right up the middle.
I have a hunch. You could probably tattoo that on your arm and get it right.
Yep. Victory formation.
Yep, here they are in the V form, and takes a knee. And they'll have to do that one more time, but that should pretty much wrap us up here at Ratcliffe Stadium. So, overall, the team looking to go 1-1 now, unofficial, 54 seconds left on the clock. But, what can you really tell me about what you saw in this performance by the Fresno City Rams?
I think I saw what we were always hoping for, or what we've been hoping for the last few games, is the consistency and the execution. And literally, the confidence is there now. You obviously you can see it. And what I really liked about this game was the bevy of running backs we saw today. Like, everybody got a chance to contribute one way or another. 4 yards, 10 yards, 75 yards. It was a team effort for sure. And once again, you got to give it up to the O-line, because that's where games are usually won or lost. And both O-line and D-line did an outstanding job today.
Definitely. And, this Rams team, they stuck right to the game plan. Talked to Tony yesterday saying that they were going to try to get all 3 quarterbacks in time by the end of the game. They definitely did. They were going to try to get, like you'd said, a bevy of running backs, get them some time, get some touches. Once again, Tony did his build. And the Rams with this win, as the clock hits 0, 31-7. Fresno City College Rams over the Sacramento City College Panthers, winning on homecoming day here at Ratcliffe Stadium. So the Rams, they move to 1-1 now in conference play. They're 3-4 overall, and really moving forward in the season, what can you really kind of tell me, Gino? What do you expect out of this team moving into the final 3 conference games?
I'm going with focus. My main thing is, at this point, you kind of have an identity now. You got to see a lot of different scenarios, so now it's time to be who we want to be. Do we want to be that 6-4 team we're talking about, or do we want to be a 5-5 or a 4-6 team? You know, and we definitely want to be a 6-4 team, but we've got to execute, and we've got to have the confidence to do it. And I think today was the day that they got that.
Definitely, this was a complete performance, really, by the Fresno City Rams. Just a fantastic show, and you know they are going to hopefully carry that momentum on into next week, where they'll head out to Monterey to take on Monterey Peninsula on the 25th. That's this upcoming Saturday. Be sure to join us on Saturday the 1st at 1 o'clock. It should be a great matchup between Fresno City and College of Sequoias just down the road. Rams will wrap up their season at Reedley the following week. So we got 3 back-to-back weeks of Rams football. 1 home game left. Be sure to make it out in 2 weeks. And again, see if these Rams can push that up over 500. And we were talking about Coach Tony earlier. Tony's never had a team under 500. So hoping this last year we'll send him out with that plus 500 and give him a good old-fashioned Fresno City farewell. As we are going to bring you highlights after this game, thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube TV, Comcast Channel 94, AT&T Channel 97. Thank you to CMAC for putting us on, and thank you, Gino, for being out here with me this afternoon. My name is Ben Hensley with Gino Morrow. Be back with us in 2 weeks from Ratcliffe Stadium. You're listening, and you've listened to Fresno City Rams football. Thank you for tuning in.